Good morning, besties. Hi, happy Saturday. How's everybody? Good. I just said to Erin, I'm feeling very Tawny Katane right now. I don't know if anybody knows who she is. I'm dating myself, but we're going to try to not touch the hair much today. Looking back at some of my videos, I'm a habitual hair toucher. Good morning. Does nobody have volume? Can everybody hear me? Puffy sleeves, per usual. Good morning. Yeah, let's start right off with that. Dancing on cars today. Good. Volume is good. Good morning. Thanks for joining me on the Jeff Machado Show, not to be confused with Bunny After Dark. That's Wednesday nights. Good morning. Hi, Naomi. Hair and makeup on point. No crying today. Zero guarantees on that. It's been a rough 24 hours. Amber saying hi to bestie Erin. Good morning. Erin's here. If you could, Jessica Fritz, the color of my hair is like L'Oreal box number 857. Good morning, Phil. You have a Saturday off? Enjoy it. Don't waste your time. You can watch me on the replay. Go enjoy your Saturday. Good morning. Somebody saying Forco Portugal. Good morning. Tony once liked one of your tweets. Yeah, somebody, not mine, somebody saying that my power steering pump exploded. That sounds actually like a nightmare. That actually happened to me. Somebody bumped into my car one time and I didn't know, but it actually cracked my steering thing and then I couldn't power steer. What does that say? Saw your name in the sponsors list for the Friends of Music. Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like shoving the Jeff Machado show down the throats of everybody. And the light on my sign is off. It has to get plugged in, and I think the past couple of days we've been here, it's been a little distracting. I forgot to plug it in. I'm sorry. It does need to be charged. You can go back there and get it and plug it in. Erin's going to go get it and plug it in. Also, I'm feeling like it's time for a set redesign. Erin's saying no. She put these curtains up behind her. Then somebody said something that they look like puke vomit. I also have these neon signs that I want to put up. I don't want to copy people because I know like a lot of people do neon. So I want it to be a little bit more like fancy, as you can tell. Oh, we have to change that background. Let's get rid of standby. We're gonna do one thing. We're gonna change the background to this because that better. Okay. When I'm not on, I like the other thing. I made a little video with Taylor. It's been a Taylor Swift week. Oh. Is that better? All right. Okay, just back up. Let's go back and fix everything. Let me get back to the comment section. I do feel like I need to change this up a little bit. This was supposed to be like for formal interviews, but we get so many trinkets and so many things. I feel like I want them to be on display. Erin's going to be hanging some, like we could do Halloween decorations back there. Like what are we doing? What does this look like? I don't know if it matters, but to me it matters. Good morning, everybody. All right. So I'm aging myself. What is a Taylor Swift week? Jason, Taylor Swift released an album. And if you happened to pass me while I'm driving in a vehicle, there are chances are I am screaming and singing it. Erin came in, set up her speaker. We were listening to it. It's nonstop. I know all the words to almost all the songs. I am obsessed with it. I have no shame. I don't care. If you think it's weird, I don't care. I wasn't like, I could isolate some people with a couple of things. I'm going to say, good morning, Karen. I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. Like, I think, did you bring lights? I think that I don't know if it's the right way to say it, but there's so much shit that goes on like in the world. Like, don't even talk about like things and news, no skips. Things in the news, things in the world, things in your life, things with your electricity bills, things with I opened my gas bill the other day, which is a big step for me because I usually don't open those bills at all until I have to. And I literally got like, what's the matter? Who? Oh, I had I think this past month my bill was like $7 and then my delivery charge was like $35. And I was just like, fuck this, right? Like, so my thing is there's so many things I think that cause like this world right now. Like my bill was like $7 in gas, but my delivery charges was like $30. It was like 4 or 5 times what I actually spent in gas. And I actually know the root of all that. I don't want to like go political on all of you or whatever, but like there's just like I know regular people, regular middle class people, families, and my peers are opening bills and going, I really didn't expect a $500 electric bill. I really didn't expect my water bill to be this high. I know that people are sitting there, and I also know those people aren't getting like mega raises and making a ton of money. You know what I mean? So like, I think somebody's saying their gas bill is $700. Well, if you're on the plan like I am, my gas does I don't use a lot of gas in the summer, so we ignore the gas bill all summer and we're paying down on the electric bill and then we flip-flop it when it starts getting cold. It's almost like as soon as yours? Yeah, but it's the minute I start turning my heat on, my gas bill is going to go from like $40 to 500. I'm not kidding. Like my house is like it's I've got a lot of space. Are you saying you don't have expensive utilities?
Not like yours.
Oh, but even so, it's gotta be more than what you paid. The delivery charges and these EV, like, it's all of this other stuff. So, getting back to this whole yeah. So, like, to me did you not put the lights up? You took it all down?
No, I didn't know if you were gonna want
Oh.
them. I'm stretching them out.
Oh, oh, oh.
Stop talking to me when I'm not plugged in.
Sorry. Water is insane too. So, for me, if listening to Taylor Swift makes me feel happiness and joy, I'm not going to question that. I'm not going to say, "Oh, it's Taylor Swift and she's pop or she doesn't sing well," or which is actually wrong, but like just you can't take it from me. And I'm like, I don't want to feel like you can't shame me into that if that makes sense. I just if yeah, I'm all set. So I really like the Taylor Swift album. It is a no skips. Actually, I think, and I won't talk too much about it, but like the first run through, I think I was like, oh wow, all of these are good. But that, I still ranked them a little bit on day 2. Now, songs that I wasn't thinking were great, like Father Figure is really, really great. And I didn't like it didn't I'm a like instant gratification girl. So like Opalite hit right away. You know what I mean? And Father Figure, it took me a minute, but then I was just like, oh yeah, that's good.
Evermore until probably like 3 years after it came out. Yeah. So they hit at the right time.
So yeah, there's so much. So like I don't want to talk about all of the things that stress people out. I'm just saying what makes me happy is doom scrolling, like Aaron said, which I tried to limit last week, but it didn't work. And the Taylor Swift album, and I'm listening to it all the time, and it's really, really good. I've never gone to a Taylor Swift concert. I don't have any of the merch things that Erin has. She's a true Swiftie.
When I went to go get my pot out of my drawer last night to smoke some pot, the light that I showed last week, the 1981 concert stick, it must have just been too bright in here that we didn't see it. It was still on in the drawer. I opened my drawer and it was flashing from all those years later, the 1989 tour. I don't even know what year that was. We were in 1989. So, I mean, we haven't obviously used it, so the batteries were still there. So, but now why do I feel guilty? I feel guilty because the thing's been on and unattended in a drawer for a week. It's like an ancient relic, and I just abandoned it. But yeah, so that was fun.
So yeah, so there's that. So Jeffrey's not here today, and I know everybody's going to be really upset about that. Um, but we have to be honest. There's a lot of problems going on the internet with me right now, and I think the biggest problem is that uh, I'm too honest, and people are really struggling with that. So it's been a real week of self-reflection and wondering if it's all worth it. The burn it all down mentality has crossed my mind multiple times, but the sleep on it makes me feel a little bit better. And then I wake up the next day, and I wasn't like that 5, 6, 7 years ago. But I've just learned through my own behaviors that, like, I should pause, wait, and see how I feel about something literally the next day. You know what I mean? Like, go to bed, wake up, and, like, if I still have that intensity about something or whatever, like, okay, then we act. If not, we go, it doesn't feel the same as it did yesterday. Or maybe something else happens that, like, dwarfs how that thing felt or whatever. But anyway, I got into an argument with Jeffrey last night, and he refused to come today. That's the reality of you guys, um, loving on Jeffrey and him showing up here. Fun fact, Jeff usually, like, does his, like, hair. So Jeff's always kind of, like, trimmed his own hair and stuff like that. He comes from a family of hairdressers. And, so last night I heard him, like, buzzing in the bathroom, and I, like, popped in and I was like, "What are you doing?" And he, like, started laughing, and he's like, "What?" And he was fucking getting his hair ready for today. And I was like, okay. So he got a taste. I think you all saw that. He got a little bit of taste. You besties were really too good to him. And we laughed a lot. And it was a really great show. And I was like, you definitely got to come back. Come drop me off in the morning. Come for, a 40-minute segment. And then, like, let's go. Right. He was primping 100%. And so that was the plan. Jeff was going to come today, and we brainstormed on a piece of mail all of the things we were going to talk about, and the fame went to his head. And we got into an argument last night, and he was like, "Fuck you, I'm not going to your show tomorrow." And I was like, "Great, go ahead." Called his bluff, and the man did not get up this morning and is not here. And I will even be more transparent because that's how I am. The argument is over this stuff going on. And my husband is not involved in all of these things. Um, and so I had an issue with something, not related to, like, specific drama, but a residual side effect of this job. And I thought Jeff should have been a little bit more understanding and helpful with a situation that occurred last night. And Jeff had the very hands-off approach, like, this is your situation and you've made it and you have to deal with it. And he just didn't really want to sympathize or help. And as you can tell, I have a very small group of people around me, and Erin already puts in the work. She's does all of this stuff, and now she's on X. And so texting Erin or, like, talking to her about it last night wasn't going to work for me, because I didn't think it was going to work for her. She wouldn't have been able to do what I needed to be done. There was actually something physical that needed to be done. um, and Jeff was like, just not receptive to it. And so then I had to do something else. I had to make a call. And this is all at, like, 11:30 at night. And the person I spoke to, I can't tell you all of this, but the person I spoke to was also not receptive and understanding. And that sent me into a place where I was just really unhappy. And I got no sleep. I went to bed at, like, 2:45 this morning, woke up at, like, 5:45. So I'm running on 3 hours of sleep, hence a lot of makeup, a lot of hair, just to kind of, like, whatever. But so Jeff and I got into an argument, and that was it. And he was just like, I'm not going tomorrow. Good luck. Maybe I said something that upset him towards the end that made him really double down on that. And it was, if I called A, B, or C, like they would be here. And Jeff was like, yeah, bye. And went downstairs to his office. And I never saw him again for the rest of the night. That's the reality of this. That's the downside to bringing Jeff in here and letting him dance for all of you guys, is that when our relationship does this, which it occasionally does. Jess, you ever thought that you are the problem? Yeah. So, no, 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 not the problem. Did you need Jeff to put his hands on somebody? I have a fan that is just crossing some lines, and that's it. That's what it came down to. And there's a lot of people on the internet that I don't know who they are. And I didn't bring in the exes. I brought in like other strong men. Do you need Jeff to put hands on somebody? I think Aaron could do it. Not in this situation, no. And so they're just listen, this job, and I'm sure everybody who is in the world of content creation, or even not, people who are on the internet can get catfished. Or listen, anybody in the free Karen Reed world understands, like, there are so many sock accounts and burner accounts that it is crazy. But in my instance, yeah, we were just talking about this. There's a fine line between like being grateful and thankful for having quote unquote fans. And then there's, you're trusting people. So by default, obviously, I don't trust people, right? But the issue here is, if I can't take an extra step to authenticate someone that is messaging me, um, I almost kind of like I don't pay attention to that person. And in this instance, I did take steps to distance myself from whoever this is. And I have absolutely no idea who it is. I don't know if this is someone who is genuinely saying that they are my number one obsessed fan, or if this is someone who really hates me and wants to cause stress and anxiety in my life. Right. So, I tried blocking this person on X, and they obviously, my phone number is out there, and then they began texting me and were very, very pushy and saying things about me unblocking them and putting a lot of pressure and, all of this stuff. And the tone of the text made me feel like I couldn't keep them blocked anymore. Like, it was upsetting the person. And so I wasn't sure what I was dealing with. And I was trying to get more information, and I was trying to ask who the person was. First, they told me they were a guy, then they told me a girl. So this whole thing is just kind of like, it's been going on for a while, and I didn't share it with Erin. I didn't share it with my husband, because in a weird way, and not a weird way, this is my life. I choose this. And so how could I complain? How can I be upset? How can I ever feel vulnerable about something that's happening in a world that I created, and a world that I embrace, and a world that I make money off of? And if you listen to like my Bunny After Dark show, like, I already went through this at one time when I was getting kind of stalked and harassed, and it ended up being somebody in my community. And that was almost like a relief, because then I could say like, okay, this is a different situation. I don't know who this person is. I can't authenticate anything. Everything is just really blank and empty. And then the messages were crossing, I thought early on, a line. And I tried to just kind of like try to be nice, and I used words like, I appreciate this and thank you so much. But then when people would say, when the message would say, I'd like to be there with you, and be in your bed and cuddle with you, and I'm your number one obsessed fan, and please don't do this, I didn't do anything to you. So I just I was trying to just handle it on my own. And last night, I felt the messages were very inappropriate, and I didn't want to disrupt my household. It was 11 o'clock at night. I didn't want to leave my house and go to the police station. I didn't want like the police to come to my house, because I didn't want my kids to start getting upset or whatever. And so I called the police department, and all I really actually wanted was, I do have cameras all around my house. I've learned that. So, And it may be nothing, and it may be completely harmless, but I have no idea. I don't know. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to go to sleep. I just wanted to go to bed. And when I go to bed, I like have my fans going, and it's air conditioning season is over. So I don't have that extra hum. So I've got my fans. I want to get into my bed. It is like my place. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep. And so I called the non-emergency line at my police department, and all I actually wanted was, we have police officers obviously on the beat at night. There's not a lot of stuff going on in Somerset. Whoever is in my area last night, I wanted to see if they could just take care and drive by my house an extra 2 or times. Like, if you're on vacation, hey, we're on vacation, can you make sure a cop keeps an eye on the house? Like, I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. Unfortunately, that's not how the call went with the Somerset Police Department. And I have some history there, and there's some residual police officers who don't like me from removing the former chief and all these things like that. And so when the dispatcher, I called and I was like, I'm just having like this situation or whatever. I'm not sure what to do. And my husband was encouraging me, just call the police. So I think he thought that was going to be it. You know what I mean? And then I kind of gave a brief thing. And again, it's kind of a weird thing. And I'm just like, I'm not like a celebrity. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I'm a public person and blah, 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 blah. And I was giving these things or whatever. And the dispatcher was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. You want to come down here and you want to fill out a report? And I was like, I will. I said, because I can. And I think I have enough of stuff here where it's certainly worth coming down for. But like, in the meantime, I just said, I would just like to go to sleep. And, could you tell the cop? And he was like, I'm not doing that. I'm not emailing everybody here and telling them to go by and blah, 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 and whatever. And I started to get upset. I was like, wait, what? And he's like, I'll send a cop to the house. And I was like, don't do that. I said, my kids are here or whatever. Like, don't do that. Just, it's that at this point it's 11:30. Like, please don't send anybody to my house. I'm not even sure like what I'm dealing with here. This could be Kate Peter. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. And so until I know or whatever, listen, if it's somebody that is like a harmless person but wants to create stress or anxiety in me, it worked. And it has been working since this person has been messaging me. But the other thing is, if it's not, I don't know. And so I just wanted to go to fucking bed. I wanted to get a couple hours of sleep because I wanted to come in here in the morning. And the dispatcher was just like not nice. And I started to get upset and I was crying and I was just like feeling a little weird. I thought about like, I know it's stupid, but I thought about like going to a hotel, like so I could get some sleep or whatever and whatever. And then this, I think Jeff feeling a little helpless and also like hating this part of what I do and having like a bullshit attitude about it. Just, we started arguing over it. And I just felt like that he wasn't being supportive of what I was going through. And I don't know, man. When Jeff deals with stuff at his job, I listen. So this is just job shit for me. You know what I mean? So that's what's going on. Jeff's my husband. And so it's just, it was just par for the course for the week with a lot of stuff that was going on. And so there's that. And maybe the person is really nice and a fan or whatever, but some of the comments are inappropriate. I've said that they're not adhering to boundaries. And also the edge of what I was getting in comments and messages after I blocked the person on X, it made me feel pressure to unblock them on X. And so I need some outside help with that. You know what I mean? And so I have to figure it out. And, Jeff kept telling me last night, just block the number, block the number. And I'm going, well, I've already seen kind of examples of what happens when I block them on X and they seem agitated and angry. Go ahead. That's sure. You're a big crybaby. All you do is say someone hurt your feelings. Oh. Put it on screen. That one sounds great to look at. Is it to me? I don't, I'm just flagging a couple of things. Okay. I want to keep an eye on. I didn't know you could see what he should leave you, poor Jeff. So this leads us to the next thing. Steve Cody did not get released. So Steve Cody is still in jail from what I heard. Anybody who knows that story, it's just this kind of like Turtle Boy Karen Reed guy, and he started focusing on me, amongst other people. I know Jen Altman was one person, and I got a restraining order against him. He was sending things to my home. He was sending delivery things to my home. He made a psychotic video about me. About like fucking my skull and stuff like that. It was crazy. And so he's been in jail, and I believe he's still in jail. This has been going on while he's in jail. So um, I knew it wasn't Steve Cody, but I have no idea who this person is. Um, I'm not really sure. So that brings to this other thing too that's been going on, because these are just some residual things. I think maybe like we're getting closer and closer to like moving away from all of this stuff. I've taken some steps to kind of like get away. Thank you, Jen. Um, so we used to have, when everything was normal, a no block rule here in the chat. Um, and I would tell Erin all the time, like, leave them. You know what I mean? Like, don't block anybody. And people would say, yeah, you should block or whatever. I see now that there is just like really a reason to block some people here, because and I'm not sure, sometimes you can definitely tell the difference between someone that is just kind of like, giving their opinion about something, and people that are always literally trying to like be assholes to me or have other motives or whether. Um, I'm just reading some comments. So lately, Erin has been doing some blocking, which I'm totally okay with. So there's that. It takes a lot. It's just the inappropriate stuff. So then there's that. And then this week, what I chose to do, again against like all my better judgment, is I blocked a bunch of people. Um, I just thought, so I think I said it on my spaces. So if you block somebody on X, like, you got to do like a two-step thing to actually see their stuff. It's not like Facebook. Like if you block somebody on Facebook, you don't see it, they don't see you, and that's it. And I don't have burner accounts. I don't have burner accounts on Twitter or X. I don't see that. So by blocking somebody, it's just an extra layer. And so if I felt provoked to go and read something, you get that extra 30 seconds of like having to take the step to like click another button. So you got to type their name in, which is just and then you're going to unblock. So I just like felt really good to kind of block, right? And I blocked a lot of people. And I don't know why not block that person right away, ignore that person right away. Because why not ignore that person? Like if you're talking about the person that was kind of being inappropriate. So it started off as just like, I'm a fan and I really love your show and I really love your stuff. And it makes, I love going to it every day. Then it was like, it really makes me happy. And then I'm your number one obsessed fan. And then I wish I was cuddling with you. And so it didn't start that way. And this is 1% of like all of the, yes, I'm playing the victim. Yes. This is like 1% of all of the people. Like I have many people on here who I can't necessarily authenticate, but like it's never weird. You know what I mean? So like there are some really great people that, and also there's some people that have been following me that I have become like a little bit closer with in messages, you know what I mean? And talked and stuff. So it's just this weird space where I'm not really sure. It happened when I had my radio show. There were like some people that would like call in and it was a little weird. Definitely it's a much bigger platform here. Um, and I see this whole thing about like victim, like I'm playing the victim or whatever.
I
It's why I
did.
don't say anything.
But your people, your besties don't want you to. I don't think they're enjoying when you're reading the the crabby comments. It's you know what I mean? Because then it just like there was a couple. Just so well, they don't care. But I'm highlighting a couple that I want to circle back to, which I just don't want you to. I'm not highlighting them so you can see them. There's a couple that I'm doing here, but I don't know. That was a couple of things that I took out of some of those comments. They were like, just ignore the stuff in the chat, or read them. But like,
They're not enjoying reading them, they're saying.
yeah, they don't. So that's another thing. Was like I noticed that the chat part of this, it's like the audience, right, part of it, and they don't like having like a heckler around. But also like that's where I say you can just ignore it. You can read all these comments and just ignore them. Um, there are a couple that are getting weird. So I'm kind of highlighting a couple of those, but I don't think that the people are coming to you for like the happy and the fun and the vibes and stuff. So they don't want you to read the bad ones out loud because again, we gotta ignore the vibe killers. I can't just spend my whole time doing that either though, because then I won't be able to like pay attention all the way to all the things. I'll just literally be looking in
We can always,
here.
after the fact, go block that person from the channel, and then they'll have to create a new account or whatever. But I mean, last night, with Jeffrey mad at me, I have a really good story to like pivot away from this, but it's not a gummy story. Don't feed the trolls makes sense. Some people have a lot of balls behind. Yeah, people have a lot. It's a fine line. And it is what it is. So not going to read the chat. Hold on, fixing my hair. I'm not going to read it. It's okay. Guys, get a couple mods. Tina was one of my mods. Do you guys want to talk? Let's talk about that first because this is really great. So, I'm not going to get too deep in, but it's been a weird week. Okay. On Wednesday, I was just like, okay, backing away from all of this drama. And basically saying, like, if I can't be authentic, if I can't be myself, if I can't say what I want, Erin said this, we're gonna either do this or I'm actually gonna get a second phone line. So we're gonna get a second phone line. That way I can really throw one in the river if I need to. But so I made some changes this week because the real issue at the end of the day, in case people can't figure it out, the real issue here is I just want to, when I say besties and like this whole thing, it's like I'm talking to you the way I talk to Erin, the way I talk to my friends. The problem is that just doesn't work on YouTube. It doesn't work in this world. I want to be able to talk to you the way I talk to everybody. And I can't figure out how to pull back on that. So I got myself into some shit here where I'm like saying exactly what I want. People are like, whatever the meme is, where it's like the person sitting drinking their coffee and it's all fire around them. That's me. I was just like, what did I do? Like, did I do something wrong? Are we not supposed to tell the truth here? I'm so confused. Are you not supposed to say your feelings are hurt? Are you not supposed to say, I think this person did something wrong? We never had an unmodding ceremony. So like, it's just, this clearly doesn't work for me unless I like add some structure or whatever. I'm very handsy today. There's a lot. Very handsy today. It's not show and tell quite yet. Does it look? Oh, hold on. So anyway, Erin got me the Life of a Showgirl hat. There it is. And so anyway, I don't belong here is basically what I figured out. I don't belong here. I need an actual real in-person, like sitting around like with like cheese and crackers and great. And I just need to like that's where we can talk. Here we can't do this. It doesn't work. And so anyway, it was a rough week. I was down bad. And there was a lot of comments about there was a lot of comments about Tina and Courtney and all the shit. And if you don't know that, I'm not going to revisit it. But I sent a text to Tina and Courtney, and I'll pull it up and what I said. Hold on. Let me get it. And I have not spoken to them at all since this whole thing blew up and we found out Tina was the account. I said, I'm not looking for a response here, but I am really struggling with what has happened, and I miss the both of you very much. And I've said many times, I'm struggling with missing that friendship or what I thought that friendship was. I miss, like, listen, this week I decided to like stop talking to Aiden, and that would have been the two people I would have called to talk about that. And so it felt like something was missing. I'm not going to Dr. Phil it. I'm just saying, like, I felt like they were the people I wanted to talk to. And Tina took this message, screenshotted it, and sent it to the John Barron account. Like, she's still doing it. And it was just such a like smack in the face. It's just like this. What are we dealing with? And then I made this, I made this like show, right? And somebody, first person in the comments goes, hey, Jess, how's Tina and Courtney? Heard you texted. Then I'm going, first of all, I can't believe she screenshotted it and she sent it to John Barron. First of all, and I'm getting it like third hand from John Barron, but that's where it went. And so, would I ever be friends with them again? No. But I have to work through my breakup emotions. I just yeah. I think it's breakup, like it's a little bit of closure or what. I don't know. I'm still like, how do you explain it? It's like you were there and then it's not there. And so like there's just this, first of all, like I could have stayed friends with them. I could have just been like, you know what? Okay, like I I, I get it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I can't say or whatever, but I think it was a friendship. It's over. I'm working through it. It's also been in a week where I thought I probably needed it, and that was it. So anyway, can you imagine my surprise when I get I get a message from somebody that says, "Did you talk to Courtney and Tina?" And I was like, "Yeah." So anyway, there's that. So Tina was a mod in here, and she was doing that, and we had to remove her. So um there's that. So I didn't trust no one. I had to get rid of Tina as a mod, and that just left Erin. So I think maybe over time there are some people, I definitely have people I know I could trust, but right now I'm just kind of like, yeah. So um Amber. She just said something. Okay. So that's that. Did you find out about that at court that day? Um, just a couple days before, actually. So yeah, so I ran into Amber that day and at court, and we had just found out about that Mayor Neal account just like a couple of days before. I was still talking to Courtney on that day. And actually, I was talking to Courtney as I approached the courthouse. And I know nobody could hear me on my phone, but I didn't want anybody to know I was talking to Courtney. And so yeah, it was just a weird day, a lot going on. I met Auntie Deb that day too for the first time. But anyway, so it's just like a lot of stuff going on. Oh, that was this. What? How are Courtney and Tina? Have you texted them? Or heard you? Yeah, somebody. Yeah, that was in there. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see that here. This kind of hurts. It's tight. Yeah, don't put a tissue behind it so you don't get a mark. If you take it out, you're gonna have a mark on your head for the rest of the day. It's too pretty and too shiny. I can't give it up. It's not that I want to talk to them. It's just it's a breakup. It's a friendship breakup. And then like the stuff with Aiden this week, I was just like, I don't know. I think those people get it. There is actually a blend of all of the things. You know what I mean? I am supportive of Aiden and I love Aiden, but I also think that Aiden doesn't do things right sometimes, and I want him to do things right, and it's just whatever. Anyway. All right, so there's that. This might have to come to. Oh god, yeah, they're dead to me. I did message them. I told you. How many of you people have gone back to your exes? I mean, not me, but um just I'm not whatever. Anyway, so there's that. That's why I don't have mods. That's all of that. And then what else was I going to say? And I'm not going to look at the comments. All right, so that was pretty much that. Let me just take 1 second. I just want to read something. Everybody has texted an X. Give me 1 second. I just want to see. People on the internet are perfect, Justin. You know, I do know. That's why you're all here. You're with me. I'm perfect. You're perfect. We're perfect. Everybody's perfect. Um, Somebody said something about like people don't understand, like I have so many followers or whatever now or whatever. So that's something I would have never shared before, but I'll share now and I don't really care. First of all, do you guys know the song The Greatest Love of All by Whitney Houston? Okay. Wait, let me get the lyrics to that. This is a disservice. I can't play music, so hold on. I'm gonna be 49. Greatest Love of All came out in like I'm gonna say it's like 1987. Okay. Skip the part where it says, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the life. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children, okay, blah, 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 blah. Um, Everybody's searching for a hero. People need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfilled my needs. A lonely place to be. So I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. I don't, when people look at me and they're like, it's fake, it's not real confidence. I grew up listening to this song on replay on my my cassette recorder. Like, I believe this. Like, I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous. I literally believe these words. It is this song is on all my playlists. I've been listening to it my whole life. I had a CD of it in my car. I actually had a Walkman with the tape thing that went into my tape deck. This song is like my what's the word when it's like it's like it's my song. This is like my anthem. Like this is like going back to when I was a kid on really bad days when I've talked about this when I had I had a really difficult stepfather who was very abusive. Like I used to play this song and just be like, just you, like that song is me. This internal thing about me and my confidence and this song is me. I believe these words. There's nothing fake or wrong or whatever. I have moments of insecurity. I have moments where I have to stop and question myself, but at the end of the day, I am all in on myself. And one of my friends in my mom group chat went back and looked at I would never do this because I'm so focused on me being so fucking awesome and the best thing that ever is because I really believe that. One of my friends went and looked at all of the content creators in this whole realm, right? And went back to their first shows and screenshotted, shout out to Amy, screenshotted all of their shows when they started, some of them with a couple of hundred views, and how over time built their audience one show at a time. And good for them, they never gave up. Good for them, they believed in themselves. But we're talking starting with 100 views, a couple hundred views. And this bitch started with 10,000 views. Okay. Like I came into this way harder than anybody else. I worked at it. I waited. I took my time. Like, it's just like, I don't know, man. And I also really believe in my talent and my product and what I do. And the authenticity will pay off. All of the shit will pay off because I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, this stuff with the Karen Reed shit is going to move on. And who's left standing? What are you going to talk? We're watching it in real time with Brian LTL. We are watching it in real time. The Karen Reed trial ended, and that man, the second worst day of his life was the day where the Idaho killer fucking made a plea deal. That was the worst day of that guy's life because that guy was so ramped up to exploit and talk about the most disgusting murder in the history of the fucking past 20 years. Okay. Something I couldn't even watch or listen or whatever. And that guy was he did a whole thing. I'm only going to do one more show about Boston stuff. I'll do it once a week, blah, 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 blah. And then what happened? I'm moving on to this. He's going all in. He's putting in Brian Records request, blah, 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 blah. And then the guy takes a plea deal and he's just like, "Ah, what are we going to do?" That'll never happen to me. That'll never happen to me. It'll never happen to me. It'll never happen to Aiden. It'll never happen to Aiden because that guy has we get leads, we get stories, we come up with ideas, we investigate, we work things. I don't care if anybody thinks I'm a real journalist. I am. Like, so it's these people coming at me. It's coming from a place of like jealousy, and I know that. So there's that. We'll talk about the Charlie Kirk stuff later because I don't want to like be heavy at that right now. But like Brian coming at me and saying, "Jess, are you going to do any more shows like the Bethesda House?" Yes. Unfortunately, the stuff that's been going on, like in my personal life and with this stuff, is just being honest. It's been a focus. It's been something I've been dealing with. Someone saying they're tired of the Karen Reed stuff. Me too. So let's do. Do we want to do a show and tell first? Yeah, let's do our sponsors first and start off with them. Real journalist. I'm a fake journalist. I'm a journalist who graduated from the School of Whitney Houston. Look at all of these besties. Okay, so these are my sponsors. We are coming to the end. Is this show 10 or 11? This is show 10. So all of my sponsors were a 12-week starting package. Can you believe it? And so all of these things are coming to an end. I know. And maybe some people will want to, we haven't revisited it, but I do want to say that each one of these people believed in this before it started. So thank you to them. But I think they, thought it was an extension of my work. And maybe some of them will say, hey, this doesn't work for me. I can say right now, nobody has ever said that. I don't really know. But I just want to say, as we're getting closer to the 12-week mark, it's a really great benchmark to say that these people stayed with me and supported me. And if they choose to, that is great. If they don't, we also have some other people that wanted to sponsor the show that we have to now go back to and say, we're starting our next cycle of sponsorship. Can I flash my boobs? Pay me. And so Christopher's is amazing. I haven't been there in a while, actually. He does like a lot of stuff. Erin's saying she's waiting delivery. He has a lot of pistachio stuff. I love pistachio. So I've got to go there. Actually, I've got to go back. Christopher's in Fall River. Mike Keneally and Brian Shortsleeve. Those are our two gubernatorial candidates. I have a story or two about that. Amy, the Amy I talked to, that's Amy from Silva Funeral Home. And it's also crazy to me that one of my peers and one of my mom friends owns a funeral home.
I'm trying to slow down the chat.
Oh.
But I can't get into yours. I don't want. So just while I asked her to do something quick, friends, I can't open the video. This is what's happened the last 4 or 5 times you've given me your phone to get on your YouTube. I'm clicking on it and it's not opening the video. So that's why I just came. Oh, who'd you leave off on?
The chameleon short.
Talk about Mallard Printing. Mallard Printing over here down at the, I don't want to, what do we call this? A mill. I almost call it a factory. So Mallard Printing, the fabulous gifters of this lovely studio that we're in, doing all their stuff. Hold on, I'm trying to read. I can't do all these things at once. I can't catch up on some of these. I'm sorry. So where did she leave off? Mr. Jeff Marks, Mallard Printing for the studio. Did you talk about After Hours Auto Body? After Hours Auto Body they tried to save my poor little car. I have to go car shopping this weekend, but they were fantastic. I don't know how else to say it, top to bottom. I mean, the whole entire place was perfect, inside, outside, the way that they handled everything, the way that they were reaching out and helping. So if in the terrible you need something fixed on a vehicle that gets pushed by a truck, go see the girlies at After Hours because they are fantastic. And then Stacy Face Travels, we're gonna take a little look at your website again after 2 because, it's time to start looking at some sunny places. The weather has turned. We've had a couple of frosty mornings. I had to put the heat on, and I'm ready for some sunshine. Amy is awesome. Hold on, where is this? Amy is awesome. Everything about Amy is awesome. Very smart, very generous, very well spoken. Um, I don't even want to. I was going to say, thankfully, I haven't had to use her services at all, but then I don't want to jinx myself because last time we talked about this stuff, the car wound up getting smushed. So, um, Amy is if you find yourself in that situation, Amy is definitely the one to call. You can give her a follow on TikTok. It's Funeral Lady. She goes over a lot of things that everybody needs to know. It's stuff you might not know, stuff you need to know, planning funerals and just things to expect or not to expect. It's Silva Funeral Home in Taunton. It's a big, beautiful building. What else we have? Patrick Higgins. Did you talk about Mr. Higgins before? So Mr. Higgins, I'm not sure if he's in the chat, but he has been asking for us to share his website. I forgot to get back to him that was a different level of sponsorship, but he has been very helpful. So when we wrap this up at the end, I'll bring up his website and see what he's got on there. Christopher's chocolate chip muffin. I'm sorry, the chocolate chip cookies were everything. Let's talk about Mrs. Sliney in her. All right, so we're gonna have to look at her website too again later to see what's new on the market over at Sliney Realty because she's got the best and prettiest homes over there. So let me see what I've missed in the chat while I'm trying to read these things. Oh, the sign. Let me start a couple of these now so she can get back. So what she's doing, what I've asked her to do is her YouTube is, I have YouTube up here, but I need you, maybe if I make a comment right now, can you make me a mod? Aaron Lee account on YouTube so that I can moderate from myself without having to go into yours. So I'm gonna write a comment right now and click my name and it's gonna say give make mod. Oh, so that's yeah, so that's the problem. I'm not really sure what's happening. Her YouTube, it's opening, but it's not letting us click on the episode for me to slow down the chat. I know. I don't know what the problem is, so I don't know how to fix this. It's just too much. I'm not in the mood. So this is where we are. The chat is at risk of being hijacked today with no mods. And that's that pistachio or chocolate. Did you buy chocolate? Oh, like the chocolate bars. Is that what we're talking about? This one. Um, they're fantastic. There's a girl, Allison's Wonderland, I think it is. I'll see if I can find her on Facebook. She has like a little food truck. She pops up a lot of dispensaries around here, a couple big markets, but she always makes the strawberry by cups in the bars. Oh my God, they're so delicious. That crunchy pistachio butter. Oh my God, I would buy them like buy 5 at a time. So she's the only one that I've seen around here that has the bars reasonably priced that are delicious. She's fantastic. Cute little truck too. It's like very like gothy themed and stuff. So, okay, Jess is back since we couldn't fix that. Bye, guys. I don't know. You did Christopher's. We chatted about Miss Slimy Realty, Patrick Higgins. You talked about the politicians, Mal printing, Amy at Silva Funeral Home, After Hours, Stacy Pace. I didn't talk about Attorney Brown. If you want to throw her out a thing, I don't know. I don't know her enough to, to say anything. All I know is that she's an attorney. Okay.
All right. Want to do show and tell, and then I'll tell a story?
I don't want it to be big. How do I make?
I was thinking about, oh, I forgot. I know that we said we needed to tell the story about this. We're gonna do a light. Thanks. Thanks, Miss Holmes. Thanks, AB. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. So uh the plans have aligned. All my kids are home today and we're gonna go pumpkin hayride thing, which is very amazing that everybody is all available to do. The weekend, obviously it's a holiday weekend. Today is the only day from 2 to like 6 p.m. where they are all free. And so I did read the chat. um, so we're going to go back to the place where I used to take them for pumpkins and hay rides. My oldest daughter is moving out in less than a month. My son started college, and even though he's commuting, I never see him. He is never home. And my youngest daughter has a boyfriend, and so she is at his family's house half, of her free time, and it's just things are changing. I don't know how else to say it. Jeff will be going. I'll call him in a little while and apologize to him for not supporting me, and we'll do the call. Anyway, so that's today. So I can't stay really, really late today. So we're going to do show and tell, but I do have a really great story that I'll tell it first and then we'll do show and tell. I'll mix it up a little bit. Okay. So Jeff and I were talking about if I ever got away from all of this other stuff and drama and I wanted the show to just be like really fun. Jeff and I have so many stories we could share, but there's an actual story that involves TiTi and Jeff. So it's okay. So I have a family member that, I'm not giving names. I had a family member. Okay. And this person is closely related to my family. And when my grandmother passed away, my dear grandmother, she was cremated and her ashes are in, not an urn, but these boxes, right? That people get from funeral homes. I don't love how I look here. So funeral homes. And so the ashes belonging to my grandmother were with this family member, and which is fine. And then I heard that there was some issues with the house, and the house was in disrepair. And the people living in the house actually moved out of the house, and the house was abandoned and full of stuff. And I say that lightly, and I don't know how else to say it, but like it was a mess. And so I was wondering where TT's here. TT may just on standby. TT, go put your face on. So the house was abandoned. It was in a location outside of where I lived, and my grandmother's ashes were in the house. And I know that the people who were in the house and had since moved still had access to the house and had been occasionally going back. Somebody said estate sale, let's go. There was an animal situation. Animals. TT, don't give any of this away. I'm going to tell it appropriately. And so for months, this had been bothering me. I couldn't get out of my head that my grandmother was at the house, abandoned and alone. And I know my grandmother is dead and it's her ashes, but my grandmother's ashes being alone in this mess of a house with dead animals and things was just like too much for me. And so I began to concoct a plan to get the ashes. And so I had an idea in my head about how I was going to do it. And I planned it all out. And then I recognized that I actually needed help doing it. And so I first told TT what we were going to do. And of course, TT was a ride and die. And she was like, okay, I'm in. And so I said, but we're going to need Jeff. And so, okay, okay, we will. So I was like, the sell on this to Jeff was not as easy, because first of all, Jeff was like, I am not doing this. And so my plan essentially was to break into the house. That was the plan. I'm breaking into the house. But in order to do this, in order to break in a B&E, in order for me to do this, there were some things that had to be mitigated. And so it so this is a true story. So for weeks, I started talking to the family member again through text messaging just to get an idea of what their day looked like. How often did they go to the house? When were they there? And so I learned their behaviors and their patterns and their habits. Okay. And what I recognized, two things. One, the property had cameras, and two, so which was going to be a problem, but not something I couldn't get around. And then two, that they could pop up at any time. Okay. And so I had to figure this out, and I got it. I planned it all out. And so I called Jamie and I said, today's the day we're going to go and do this. Jeff was solicited to be the driver of the vehicle. And I will tell you that until we accomplished this, which we did, I think we were definitely Operation Retrieve Grandma's Ashes. TiTi, I can't bring TiTi wants me to bring her on. I'm gonna send you a link, TiTi. Hold on. Let's get TiTi in here. Because if I'm going down, TiTi's going down with me. Stand by. Let me get I eventually got caught, but we're gonna get TiTi on here. Hold on. I don't do stealth. But to me, we had chances to get these back the right way, and they were not cooperating. And so what's the statute of limitations? What? Hold on. I'm going to send this to TiTi. Oh, TiTi's so good to be here. All right, TiTi, we sent you a link. Erin will let you in. 7 years? Nope, we haven't passed. We're not in the clear. I will catch a case for this one. I don't care. 4 years for some. I don't care. It's not whatever. Come get me. You know what? Jail is the best place for me these days. To be honest with you, take my devices. And so I don't think I remember what I was wearing. I can tell you one thing, the shoes that I was wearing actually became a problem. When you see TiTi down the bottom, I don't know what she's doing. All right. So anyway, so murder is a lifetime. Grandma needs to be saved. God damn it. Facts. It's my grandma. You have no idea. Like my grandma's name was Alice. I was very close to her. My grandma, TiTi took the link, but TiTi's putting on makeup. I'm just telling you, this could get. Let's go, TiTi. Oh, thank God. Hi.
Hi.
All right. We're going to talk. I'm going to tell the story. And when you need to interject some details, let me know. First,
First of all, before we move forward, to make sure I maintain my dignity and my clean criminal record, I never entered the home. Okay, move forward.
First of all, yes, we asked for the ashes. Like, please catch up. We asked, and it was promised, and we never got them. And then they abandoned the house, and for a long time, they were there. All right, TiTi, let me just ask you one question before we move. Operation Free Alice. Somebody's literally coined this up. So, Jamie, how did you feel when I said to you, TiTi, how did you feel when I told you we were going to do this? Was there any question that you were going to be involved?
Absolutely not, because I do have come up with some good ideas. You're usually the idea person and the person that comes up with the scheme, like what we're going to do, but I come up with the little details. Like, you needed my little details in order to make this work. And believe it or not, people trust me. I'm the likable twin, so you kind of needed me.
So, first of all, we recognized that we needed a driver. And so we got Jeff, we signed Jeff onto this. So getting in
long ago, I forgot Jeff was in on this. All right, go on.
The driver. So we were able to know that we would be able to get in a way to the property and get out in a way, as long as Jeff wasn't involved in any other thing, he was going to be in charge of that. So that was the situation with the cameras, at least. The second was, how are we going to prevent this person from just popping up and showing up at the house unexpected? And so I came up with the idea that I was going to call this person, and I said now keep in mind they had moved, right? So they had left this house a while ago. They were in this new place and they had some children. And so I psychotically went to the store with TiTi and we bought, it was her idea to get this stuff, like gift baskets for the kids. And
They deserved anyway. That
which
they
the kids
deserved
deserved anyway, correct. So we bought 2 gift baskets and filled it with like bath and body stuff, hair stuff, like all things that like kids would want moving into a new place and having left another place that wasn't great. A ruse, correct. So we went to the store and we got all of these baskets and we called the person and we were like, "Hey, are you going to be home?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can we come by?" And by the way, I made this call or this text after we had secured the items. So we were close to where the house was. So we got to that. We went and bought the things. I picked up TiTi. Jeff is driving. We got the things. We got in the car. We drove all the way close to where the house was. And then just before we got to the house, I pulled into a parking lot and I called the person and I said, "Are you going to be home?" And the person was like, "Yes." And I said, "We're going to come by. We've got gifts for the kids." And they were like, "Great." And I said, "Okay, I'll be by in a minute." So that meant they couldn't leave their house, which was a half hour away from where we are. So I built a window for us to do this thing. So now we've got them where they're going to be. There's no chance they're going to come. We've got Jeff as a driver. TiTi's ride or die is in the car, and we are ready to go. Thank you, Michelle. We drive over to the house. We get on the property, and I start looking at the back door, and I'm thinking, there's a chance that it's not locked. So I went to the back door, and to my surprise, there were dozens and dozens of trash bags piled up, blocking the door on the outside. And this is how I remember the shoe I had on. I was climbing it to get close to the door, and I lost a shoe in a bag, and I had to like get it out. And I looked at the glass panes, and I recognized to myself that I could break one of these panes and I could get in, but I still wasn't sure where the ashes were. So I went around to the front of the house, and there was a big bay window. And I looked inside the house and I got sick to my stomach. It was an absolute disaster. And on the mantle to the fireplace was my grandmother's ashes. And there was actually a second set of ashes belonging to the other grandmother, I guess. And I went around the house. And by the way, Jeff pulled in just close enough, let me out, and was standing there. I ran around to the other house. I looked at every window. It was a flat ranch. I tried every window, and I was like, "I'm fucked. I can't get in, and I'm going to have to climb up that trash pile in the back, break the thing, and get in." And I don't know what made me think of it, but I went and opened the front door, and it was unlocked. And I opened the door, and the second I did, 2 cats came running out.
It's too early.
So 2 cats came running out at me. And I was like, "Oh my God, how long have these cats been in this house?" And the house was like Hoarders 2.0. Like I didn't have a lot of time, but believe it or not, between the door and the ashes, there was actually a bird cage. Murphy was there. There was a bird cage, and there were dead birds in the bird cage.
Oh God, well, we're really getting into the details, huh? Wow.
I'm just trying to give you, I had to step over things. And also now I'm scared. I'm thinking a cop is going to pop up in any minute. Like I'm scared or whatever. And so
And plus, we're
I,
not in this city. We're like in a town, and we all know town cops get bored very easily. So
right.
that was like my biggest concern. The town that we were in, the cops are known to like pass by
Right.
this main road and they get bored. So we definitely, if this was in the city, nobody would have gave us a moment glance.
Correct. So, was there a reason why they didn't want to give us the ashes? They are just,
Oh,
go ahead, TT.
so there's a really interesting family dynamic to all of this. And basically, the person who had the ashes was the like, the boy of the family, the younger one, felt that they were entitled to them, where, and there was a lot going on at that time. Like, there was a lot and a lot of bitterness. And I think, you know, also, we're just grandkids, so we weren't really seen as a priority. But I mean,
And
my
I also
sister was,
think our mother comes from the space of, I'm not going to make waves. Maybe she wanted them and she didn't think that they should have stayed in an abandoned house. But like, if you know me and TT too, she doesn't show it in the same way. Like, there's no way we're going to let that go. Like, our grandmother belonged in a safe space and not there. And
and
there's
also you have to
also
keep in mind too, our grandmother, we lived with our grandmother when we were little. We were raised by our grandmother, like my parents worked and stuff like that. Our grandparents raised us. We lived with them when we were little. Like, we were extremely close, especially being Portuguese kids. Like, we were
yeah.
extremely close to our grandparents, especially our grandmother. There was no way this was happening. I'm kind of glad my sister took charge in this situation.
Um,
So,
and Yeah, so the family dynamic, I think everybody has like weird dynamics when somebody passes away. I mean, there was no issues with like, property or anything like that. My grandmother was old when she died. It was just
oh, I'm sorry to interrupt. We were also very upset, the fact being that we were told my grandmother was not going to get a funeral or a wake. And my grandmother, listen, she went to church every weekend. She was religious. And my sisters and I decided we were going against that, which, first of all, we didn't even want her cremated to begin with. We were told last minute that's what she wanted. We didn't believe that. And because there is a spot still empty at the cemetery where my grandfather is. And um, so my sisters and I decided to take it upon ourselves to the church that she belonged to. We had a mass for her, and we actually had like a little bereavement brunch at my younger sister's house later on. And it was expressed to us by the person who had the ashes that this was against my grandmother's wishes. How dare we go against my grandmother's wishes? And we invited them. They chose not to come, but we felt that this was the right thing to do. My mother did attend. Again, my mother was afraid to make waves. She didn't want to, but that's kind of what they were already aggravated with us, that we just disregarded everything that was said. Like, we didn't have the respect, but there was no way my grandmother wasn't going to get a funeral. So,
I know my grandmother planned my grandfather's funeral in the way that she would wanted her own, and that was many years earlier. And you get older, and your memory isn't great, and things
Our
aren't written
grandmother had
down. Or
our grandmother had Alzheimer's. She had it for a
right.
good 15 years. So,
And again, like, nobody put any provisions in place, and which is why I have a will and everything is well documented, because I would never put people through this. And like, the whole thing is just, and there's of course there's always money involved and things like this. So for us, this was first of all, I don't even care about all of that. The house was abandoned well over a month. We
yeah.
knew it was in disrepair. We know that the town was involved. We knew that there was animal control involved. We knew the ashes were there. I asked for them. They never gave them. They never went and got them. To me, this was a no-brainer. We're going to get the ashes. And so we get to the house, and I open the door. These two cats come running out of nowhere, and I'm panicked because I'm not a criminal, so whatever. And I'm stepping over things. I grab the ashes. I think for a second I should grab the other one. I'm not doing it. At the last second, I made the decision to let the cats out. I thought if they stayed in the house, they wouldn't survive. Nobody was checking on them. I didn't see food other than like dead animal carcasses. There was a bunny carcass. Like it was just so bad. The smell was so bad. So at the last minute, I just decided to let the cats follow me out. I can't tell you like how upset I was about the cats. The cats looked like they were just desperate for food
I
and waiting
wanted
for
that.
someone.
I really
And
did.
I just
I
didn't
couldn't.
so I made the decision they had a better chance of survival outside the house. I ran out the door holding the ashes. The cats followed me. I closed the door and I opened the back seat and I was like, go, 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 go. Jeff puts it in reverse, backs it out, and
We
we
were
get on the road.
crying though.
And
We were bawling. We did cry. Once we got in the car, the adrenaline settled in. We were bawling. We were like,
bawling our eyes out. We were crying. Poor Jeff. Poor Jeff was just like, what the fuck did I marry into here? What is happening?
I
Somebody just
know.
said, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah.
So now, keep in mind, this is only phase 1. Phase 2, we've got to hurry up and get to the house and drop
This
off these
is
gifts.
within 20 minutes. Like long drawn out story for entertainment purposes, but this was quick. This
It was
was
a
quick.
smash and grab. It was very fast.
Let's go. Get out of Dodge.
Smash and grab. So we screw to Fall River and we show up, and I'm thinking now there is a chance that she already knows. There is a small chance. I don't know if we got caught on camera. What are the chances? I
I'm
don't know.
getting anxiety just thinking about this story.
So we get the gifts and we go, and they're there, and I'm feeling her out, man. I'm like feeling her out. I'm like, am I picking up weird vibes here? Does she know?
The kids
And I'm
weren't
just like,
there though. The kids
what?
weren't there. The kids weren't there.
It was just
They
her.
took their
And
kids out.
so we really made it very fast. Dropped the stuff off, and I was like, all right, blah blah. What really got me is when I went to the where she was living, her mother had passed away and her ashes were actually on the counter. And my thing was she took those from the house, but she left the other ones. And that what?
She left her other grandmother there. That was the other thing
Yeah.
I acted.
Yeah,
Oh God.
so to me, that was like in that moment, it was not like I needed any validation or to feel better about it, but I was just like, oh, so those made it out, but my grandmother's weren't. It was fine. The operation was coming to a close. We left. We got in the car.
We thought we were good.
We thought we were good. And did you come to my house? Were you with me when we got the call?
No, you dropped me off because you called me afterwards. No, I got dropped off. Yeah,
So
and then but you made it home.
I made it home, but I was only in the door for a couple of minutes, and my family member called, not that one, but another one related, and called me and was like, did you fucking break into my house? Who the fuck do you think you are? And I was like, yeah, man, this is a crazy conversation. Ultimately, they caught me on video. They saw me go into the house and get it. I was on camera. But she didn't see it. He saw it. And I literally got out to her house and out of her house with the gifts before he actually saw the video. And then he called her. I mean, literally, I'm talking maybe 20 minutes. I would have been in the house and she would have confronted me, and I got out. So I unfortunately got into a really bad argument with that person. And I held my ground, and I brought my ashes.
Our mother did yell at us.
Got home. My mother was very angry with me. And I didn't, it's just, I don't understand. It didn't click in my head why everybody was okay with the ashes staying there. Like, I don't understand why everybody was like justifying this. The house was abandoned. It was a hoarding situation. There were dead animals. There were live animals. Nobody was there. I don't want my grandmother's ashes in this house. I will fucking go and get whatever I catapulted out. To me, it was a no brainer. And I had the Saturday and I was like, today's the day we're going to do this. And that's it. And so Yeah, so we got the ashes. Everybody was very mad at me for a while.
How come I escaped the blame? Like, mom
Because
yelled at
they
me.
didn't think that you were behind it.
Yeah,
They probably think that you got roped into it.
yeah, because nobody ever believes I do anything. But like, mom did yell at me a little bit. She was just like called me on the phone, and she was just like, "Were you there? Did you see this happen?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was in the car, dude. Like, I don't understand. Like, you should have went and got the ashes." And of course, my mother and I get into it, but the other person who called my sister and yelled at her, he was never mad at me. He never got mad at me. So, yeah.
This was just about, like, I didn't know if that house was gonna get, everything taken out. I don't know, Ash Daddy. I don't
Has a problem with you because everybody thinks, again, you do what you want. You don't care. Like, like you're going to do what you want. You're going to say what you want. This has been going, this is the tale as old as time since you probably started talking. And like, it was the lack of respect for them. They said that we were not respecting anything.
Yeah,
Let's
I didn't care.
where the ashes are today.
Ashes are at my house. They're on full
No, they're not.
display.
No, they're not.
I gave them to TiTi
They're,
recently.
Grandma's visiting. She's in her
Grandma's
small sister home.
Jamie, are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay, go show us the ashes.
Okay, one moment. You might see my husband. I'll try to keep my husband out of it. Hold on. One moment. Hold, Mo, please. And Grandpa's with her.
The house was condemned, yes.
No,
There's my grandpa, and there's my grandma.
they're together.
Yep.
The way they should be.
Yep. So they were at my house for a long time. I actually have the same picture of my grandfather and for a long time. And TiTi was at my house just recently, a couple months ago, and she was like, "I think it's my turn. I'd like to take them." And I was like, "Sure."
She's been in her house for a very long time. I asked mom. Mom was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, that's fine." So eventually, the plan is my grandmother is going to be laid to rest with my grandfather. I don't like talking about these things, but there is a lot of space because my grandmother was cremated. That this is where we've decided my mother is going to go as well. So my mother is listen. It's going to be a nuclear holocaust and cockroaches and Donna. She's not going anywhere. She's like a tough old lady. So like eventually when, Donna decides to move on from this life, everybody, the three of them, they're all going to be together. So
Correct.
that's the plan. But for
Yep.
now, Graham's on a world tour. She's gonna visit various houses in the southeast of Massachusetts. We might take her to Little Meow's wedding. You never know.
By the way, my grandmother has been deceased since 2010.
I think it's
I
been
think.
about. I don't think it's been quite. I think 2011. I think it's been 14 years. I don't think it's quite 15 yet. I could be wrong. Honestly, I don't remember. I
Yeah, I think
remember
it's like
stuff, but
2010, I think.
I can't remember. I can
Because
remember
Georgia was
Grandpa.
a baby. Georgia was a baby.
Yes, Georgia was a baby. Grandpa was 1987, and Grandma was. Yeah, she outlived our grandfather many
2010.
years. Yeah,
Grandma has her own Eras tour, somebody said.
Grandma
So
does.
that's the story.
Listen,
Bring her to Newport. TiTi, we gotta bring her to Newport.
absolutely. So listen, my grandmother, she was our fashion icon. The woman couldn't remember half of her grandkids' names, but she remembered to smoke her Benson and Hedges 100s, dye her hair, Whisper Blonde by L'Oreal, and she remembered to always look good. Like she always wore her red, like Avon,
Lipstick.
and she says you can never go wrong with an animal print. Until this day,
That's true.
we all know, my sister and I, we always incorporate every once in a while when we go out on the town an animal print. So.
Oh,
What did she say? What did Erin say?
somebody is saying that they think that the two cats that I let out were the two grandmas.
And I wanted them, but I already had a cat at the time and I couldn't catch them anyway. They were Siamese, or one of them was Siamese, which are the best cats in the world. So I kind of wanted it very badly. I was crazy cat lady back then. I think I was single or like dating or whatever. I don't even think I was with my husband yet. So
Somebody
was that
asked in the chat how TiTi got her nickname. When I had my daughter, I just asked TiTi what she wanted to be called when she became an aunt, and she said she wanted it to be TiTi.
well, it kind of stems from something else. So our favorite aunts and uncles in Portuguese family, we always called them Tiata, Tibella. It's
Ray.
yeah, it's a Portuguese thing. more of Americanized Portuguese thing. So I said, I want to be T. Jamie. I felt like I didn't want the tradition to die because our grandparents, brothers and sisters were our beloved aunts and uncles. So when Julia started talking, I would go, T. Jamie, and she'd go, T. 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 So TT stuck. I'm talking. Julia's friends call me TT. All my nieces and nephews' friends call me TT.
I
My
call
sister,
you TT. I very rarely call you your name.
no, nobody hardly ever calls me my name anymore. I mean, Erin calls me TT. I don't think I've ever heard Erin say my real
Jeff calls
government
you
name. No.
So, but also fun fact. So my sister's name is Jamie, and I don't know how to spell it.
No.
I,
No.
sometimes it's Jaime. Sometimes it's Jamie. I don't know. Actually, what? Actually, I'm not kidding. Hold on. Jaime.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't even think our own mother knows how to spell it because my mother doesn't call me Jamie either. She calls me Jay. My mother's called me Jay since the dawn of time. Even she texted me last night when I sent her a pic of my nails, like she wanted to see my nail color. She goes, "Oh, that's a great choice, Jay." And I'm like, my mother has never called me, another person who's never called me by my government name ever. So I don't even think they call me my name at work. I don't know. I forget that they even my name. TT. That's what it is. What are you gonna do? But my face is a mess. I woke up, having coffee, probably gonna go thrifting. No
You want to
cleaning the
come on
house.
a hayride with us? We're going on a hayride at 2.
Absolutely not. Why would I want to go out? Is there booze involved? Is there cocktails?
Speaking of that, remember what did we do where I funeral thing and I showed up with booze?
Oh God, who died?
Remember I
This-
had nips in my purse when we went to, was it
So,
Anne?
no, we had nips in your purse when our grandmother passed away, and you came and got me at work, and I was upset because I literally got to the house where she was at, like maybe about 20 minutes after she died. You came and got me at work, and we were in the car, and you gave me like this little pep talk, which I'll never forget. And then you're like, I don't want to get teary-eyed, but then all of a sudden, like after being so serious, you throw a fucking nip at me. It's like, here, we're gonna need these.
Also, I had just made it to the house where my grandmother was, and she had just passed away.
We missed
And
like by 20. We missed it like by 20 minutes.
yeah, and so my grandmother loved Mr. Goodbars, and I had bought one for her, and I was gonna bring it for her, like, the next time I saw her, and she had passed away. So when I went over to see her, she had passed away. I had the Mr. Goodbar, and she had a blanket over her, and I put it in her hands under the blanket. Well, when when the coroners came to pick her up and they pulled the blanket back, I was holding the Mr. Goodbar, and nobody knew, and they were like, "Where the fuck did?"
How about like when you so two things about when she died too. How about with the way you ripped that blanket to like that's my blanket. You took the blanket.
So I had bought my
That's
grandmother a
so
blanket. I bought my grandmother a blanket, and my grandmother was dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia when she died, and one of not the go ahead. Oh, what are nips? Little airplane bottles of alcohol.
those are
Um,
based in some Massachusetts towns. Thank you.
yeah. So, sorry. So I had bought her a blank. Last time I saw my grandmother before she passed away was not much longer. It was a couple days before. I bought her this super, super soft blanket. And I remember the people like that were taking care of her were like, she's lost. She doesn't recognize anybody. You know,
Not
it's gotten really bad over a couple of days or whatever. And so I went to go see my grandmother. I bought her this super soft blanket and I brought her a piece of blueberry pie I made. I knew she couldn't eat it. And I brought her socks. And I'll never forget when I walked in, she was sitting on wherever she was, and she looked right at me and she was like, Jesse, like that. She knew exactly who I was. And I was like, she knows who I am. You know what I mean? And like everybody was like, oh, she's
she knew who. One thing
yeah.
I know about our grandmother, she never forgot. Like she got our names confused, but she never not knew who we were ever.
She like looked at me or whatever. Anyway, she had that blanket and she had been using it or whatever. And they were like taking stuff and getting rid of it very quickly. And I like grabbed the blanket. I was like, no, I still have it. I took the blanket.
So do you
And I was
want to?
like, "Give me
Do you know
that."
how one of your viewers just mentioned about the cats? The two grandmas running away.
Yeah.
Do you remember when she died and I got there and we were waiting for the coroner? The freaking cats were sitting on her, and I flipped out, and the other cats, well, I don't know, maybe they were the same cats, because she went and
No, those cats that I released from that house.
all I know is that they were sitting.
Oh.
Yes, they went to go live there. So that's what I'm saying. Your viewer like nailed it. She left that house and brought everything to the house.
Completely forgot about that.
And
There were 2 cats that were
like,
sitting on my grandmother when we got to the house, and Jamie got mad, and she was like, "Get these fucking cats off my grandmother." And
but
I
it's
forgot
supposedly
that those 2 cats went to the other house.
yes, they did. Always thinking. And thank
We
you
have
to
to
your
talk
viewer.
about this afterwards. It did, yeah, I'm like,
There we go.
anyway, I don't know if I wanna talk about it anymore.
No, we're done. I'm good. I'm gonna have
Anything else, TT?
no, that's it. Like, I don't know why I'm even on here. My face is a mess. I barely have makeup on. I'm drinking coffee. Um,
Somebody
so
said they call the nips shooters or pocket shots.
where's that? Down south or something? I don't even think they have nips down south. Actually, fun fact, in Florida, if you want like a sleeve of nips, like Fireball nips and stuff like that, they're like 2 times the price down in Florida than they are up here in Massachusetts. It's very weird. I don't understand. But then again, you can go in Florida and buy booze at 4 a.m. It blows my mind. So
Mm.
whatever. So that's it. Hey, you didn't text me back this week. Are people mad at you?
Oh, like in the world?
You like all week and you never once responded to one of my messages. Like, do you have drama going on or something?
Oh, Erin said I have
You have to be way more specific.
What is it?
You have
What's
to
that?
be more specific than that.
I have to be more suspicious.
I can't
No,
hear her though now.
I basically messaged my sister a bunch of stuff all week long because I have a minute at work and she would read them but never responded to them. And when my sister doesn't respond to my messages, it's either one or two things. She's ultimately pissed at me, which I didn't do anything this week to get her pissed at me. Or number 2, she's got some shit going on that she can't even remotely even get into. It's like it's not
That's
even
the
meant
one.
to
That's
message
the
her.
one.
It's not even meant to message her. It's meant for like either face to face or like a call. So there's stuff going on. Okay.
Yeah, Jamie, some of the people on the internet don't like me this week.
Oh, geez. I
And
mean,
I also have a stalker, a real one.
you have a stalker and people don't like you. People have not liked you since 1985. So what is that fucking new?
It's nothing new.
Like, let's bring it way back to Catholic school. Let's whip out the list of people that don't like you. And have you ever really cared? You don't even care if your own family doesn't like you. You don't even, well, you do care if I like you because I'm all you got left. Me and Aaron.
It's not that all I have left. That's the circle I've created. That's the circle of people that I trust. It's not.
Listen, at the
First
end
of
of the
all,
day, I don't agree with half the crap my twin sister does. Sometimes I shake my head. Sometimes I end up getting roped into it, but at the end of the day, it's my twin sister. We're as thick as thieves. I'm going to defend her no matter what she does. You know, I'm the one with the bail money. I'm the one with the plans. I'm the one who talks her down from
do you
from.
ever think that anything I ever do isn't like coming from a good place? Just like the situation with the grandma stuff. Like the essence of what I was doing was for the right reasons. The method might not have been the best, but
I just feel that yes, it's always from a good place because it's always from a good place because you feel what's right is right, and you're one of those people. You're not like our mother who doesn't like, and I'm not like that either. Like, I'm definitely like a person who doesn't like to make waves either. I hate people mad at me. I'm kind of quiet. I don't really, like a lot of attention or anything like that. I like to stay under the radar. And I think that you're like, no, if something's wrong, something's not right, if something's corrupt, if something's this, I'm going to speak about it no matter what the consequences are. And that's how you are. You've always been that way. If you feel that you're right and you're justified ever since we're kids, hence the reason why you were always in trouble, you're going to say something. So, I mean, sometimes I go, oh God, Do I have to go into hiding, witness protection? I literally told my old boss at my old job, if I don't come in one day, that means I had to go into witness protection. Like I had to leave. So it was nice knowing you. She used to laugh her ass off, but she knew I was half telling the truth. I
She
don't
knows
even,
who I am. She knows what I do.
yeah, and honestly, I don't. It's making me uncomfortable. I'm even on here now because I'm like, I don't, dude. Your people follow me. See, like I make one comment on something, all of a sudden they're looking at my Facebook stories. I'm like, dude, who are these people? Like, leave me alone.
They are all, for the most part, very harmless and really good people.
I know, but I live a very.
Erin was getting some Instagram requests and
I
stuff
do
like that.
too, and I have a very, very quiet, low key life. I go to work every day, 8 to 4:30.
Not me, TiTi.
Yeah,
Not me.
I have a professional job. You know, like
Never. I could never. I
I
could
get
never.
work in the state. I have government benefits. I have a pension. Don't fuck with my pension, Jessica.
I could never. I could never. Oh, I could never.
So it's like we're definitely quite opposite of everything. I used to be a moderate Democrat. I'm leaning to be more conservative now in the past like 8 to 10 years. Um, I've left the Democratic Party. I'm more of an independent. I don't talk about my political views because when I walk through the door at work, no matter what my political views are, they have to be left there. I'm here to serve the public. I'm here to serve people. I'm here to not judge. So my 8 to 4 Monday through Friday, I'm nothing. I have no political affiliation. But in my personal life, it's definitely shifted and changed due to a lot of factors that are going on. But I don't talk politics. There's no way. Not anymore anyway. No way. But anyway. So when you say I have a picture of like Ruth Bader Ginsburg in my fucking house, you're a liar.
You do.
I
You
don't.
do.
I have Jackie
did.
Onassis
Did you?
in a
Did
figure
you?
form.
Did
No,
you? Did you
no.
change your profile picture to the white doily thing around? You
Oh,
did.
but I have Jackie in figure form. I have her as a
Can we
doll.
please go show? Is it out?
I can get her out. Do you
Yeah.
want?
So, yeah, go get it. Then we'll
Okay.
go. TiTi has a, what does this say? We are in our 30s, we are a Democrat. By our 40s or 50s, we smarten up. Facts. TiTi's gonna go get her Jackie Kennedy figurine. Oh, it's a fan, everybody, look.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, first of all right. So we have Jack and Jackie commemorative, and this is from when they became president. I have this as a plate standing up. I also have another plate that has the bicentennial, which is a great patriotic thing. But this is Jack and Jackie. This is from my grandmother's house. Was the commemorative plate when he became president. So this is inches. But let me introduce you.
Bring it closer to the camera so everybody can see. Hold it up front. Thank you.
Okay, now to get to my pride and joy. This was also
Actually, this is, and you're correct, all of my viewers, we're starting show and tell. TiTi starting off. And TiTi, and when you're done, I'm going to show, I actually brought a show and tell item that has TiTi in it today, so this is all just working out. TiTi, what is that?
it's the best first lady to ever exist. She's actually my idol. And actually, in every job I've ever had, everybody's always called me Jackie because they say I remind them of Jackie Kennedy. I love it. It's the best compliment I've ever been given. My style
If you
is
stole
her.
that too.
Everything is her. She is my obsession. I love her so much.
We need a close detail of the face.
If I could get my hair like this for Julia's wedding, I would be the happiest person in the world.
We can achieve it.
My wedding day, I wanted a long bouffant, like half up, half down, and the woman miserably failed. So I did not get my Jackie bouffant for my wedding day, but she was the inspiration.
Somebody who's watching this, please screenshot this moment for me.
She was my inspiration for my second wedding. She was actually, so fun fact, my first wedding.
Doll off the screen.
My first wedding, I had the same cake that Jack and Jackie Kennedy had at their wedding from Flint's Bakery. I had this famous silver pound cake for my first wedding. Been married twice. She's lovely. I love her. She's the best. She's a joy.
Can you see the comment somebody wrote, Jamie? Somebody said, just bring the doll to the salon and say, I want this. This tears pouring down her face.
That is genius, and I will be carding her the next time she will be coming. Whoever said that's genius, send them free swag or something. They're genius.
Oh,
Jackie lost her shawl. She's cold. She's not on display right now because the cat's knocking her over, so she has to be put in a cabinet. But that was Mike's grandmother. It's a cherished item.
I don't know if you know, but every week I do a show and tell. Normally I do the show and tell first, but today I told a story first. I'm gonna go.
Usually I leave by show and tell because your show sometimes gives me anxiety. And
So
I have
I'm
to
gonna do show and tell next. Okay, so I'm gonna get into it, and then you can tap out. But
No,
before
you want
go-
okay? I'll stay for your show and tell.
All right. Why? What were you gonna say?
No, I was just going to say, usually by show and tell, your show's already given me enough anxiety for the day, so I have to leave.
All right. So for show and tell, ironically, TT,
Oh no.
it's a weird twin thing, Erin's saying. So obviously it wasn't planned TT was going to be here, but I was picking out my show and tell items yesterday. And so we have a godmother who is my mother's friend from when she was younger. And our godmother, I don't know her situation with her family. We're not going to get into it, but she was like a second daughter to my grandmother, Alice. This is crazy, this whole thing. Anyway, and she was a photographer and still is kind of. But like when we were kids growing up in the 80s, my godmother is the historian who documented our whole lives. And every year for our birthday, my godmother will post pictures of us on Facebook that we have never seen before. And I'm not really sure if people understand what a gift that is, because in this day and age, who is lucky enough to see for the first time a picture of them as a child? You figure at this point, by 50 years old, you've seen every photo that's ever been taken of you. And with such care, our godmother every year will share a photo of us that we've never seen. And then obviously as a twin, there's always pictures of us together doing things that we've never done. But when we were kids, I remember being very small. My godmother had made these pictures of us or printed them out. And I remember them hanging in like President Village, I think, or whatever. But anyway, I brought the pictures and I still have them. They were in some frames, but they were not, the frames have been beaten. But this is me.
You have? Oh my God. I can't believe you have these. You got to get some new frames.
Oh, was that me? And this is TT.
I was the cutest freaking kid ever. Oh my God. So cute. These are the best pictures. I love these. Twin power.
And so these were printed literally in like the 70s, and I still have them.
So
but
cute.
If you can see, TT and I are the complete opposites. So I have, hold on, it's so weird. So there's TT. Wait, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is, I had blonde hair and brown eyes.
Mhm.
And then TT had brown hair and blue eyes.
Yep. The gray. They're more like a gray blue.
And look at this fucking face. Look how pissed I am.
You always had an RBF. You take after our mother.
So here's me just basically like mad that I didn't get a public records request on time. And then here's TT and she's just like, I love Jackie Kennedy. Everything is great. So that's my first item in my show and tell, TT.
Okay. Well, I have to tap out. I'm going to go thrifting or something. Look for some more Jackie Kennedy items.
Thanks, TT, for corroborating our crime. I appreciate you.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. I will come back someday. Maybe never. Who knows? But your followers are funny. They're great people. All right.
They are.
How do I tap out of this shit?
Aaron will take you out.
Oh, thank baby Jesus. Bye, everyone.
Bye, TT. She's gone. That's my show and tell. I'm going to parlay into my other show and tell items. Then I'm going to take a break, go to the ladies' room. Erin's going to have to do her show and tell, and I'll watch it on the replay. You have to. In the spirit of items that I steal, also on brand for today. I've had a trinket or something I stole that I haven't shared, but I figured like today would be the day to do it. What is thrifting? Going to thrift stores, secondhand stores, thrifting, antiquing. Her nickname is TiTi because we're Portuguese and our aunts and uncles would be called like T Arthur, T Bella, and TiTi wanted to be T Jamie. But then my daughter, when she was born, she started just calling her TT. Anyway, here's my next stolen trinket. I stole my press pass from the Karen Reed trial. I just took it. And this was a big deal for me. And I had to fight for this the first time around. And then the second time around with the stupid randomizer, I stole my press pass. I should auction this off. Never let into a courtroom again. Okay, next. You have items for show and tell so that I could take a break and go to the bathroom? No, after I'm done though, can I switch it over to you? Then you can just talk to them and tell them a story while I go. So, okay, I have two things in this bag. The first is a friend of mine hunts and kills birds and things like that. And I forgot to get the picture. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I was going to say? I forgot the picture. Should I wait and bring, or should I bring up a picture of the item? I do have a picture of the picture. Hold on. I'm going to get a picture. I have it. It's on my Instagram. Hold on. So my friend hunts. It should be on my gram. It might be in one of the slide decks or whatever. Let me get it. So anyway, good morning, George. So my friend hunts all sorts of birds or whatever. And one of the birds that they hunt is a woodcock. And I asked for one because I knew that woodcocks, there's a tradition and it goes back hundreds of years, I guess. I don't know, whatever. But people used to take the pin feather out of a woodcock. And it's a very particular feather. And they would take the pin feather out and they would put them in hats. And it was very delicate. Well, you could also paint with not a wooden cock, a woodcock. You could also paint with the pin feather. And artists used to take the pincock feather, the woodcock feather, pin feather, and fashion it on the end of a paintbrush and use it to paint. And I wanted that so I could try it. This is what I thought was the pincock feather, but this is actually massive. The pincock feather is actually much smaller, and I actually have it on the back of the painting. And then I painted a picture of a woodcock with the pin feather, and I'm going to show you a picture of it in a second. But that is my show and tell item, I think. Hold on. I'll get it. But I painted a woodcock with the pin feather, if that makes sense. Lunch for you and Erin. Thank you. No. Thank you. Thanks, bestie. That feels weird. Thank you. Hold on, we're finding it. Where is it? Man, I have some weird things on my Instagram. Weird things. Stand by, I'm getting it. Here it is. It's not a very good photo, but so that's a woodcock, and I painted it with the pin feather, but I forgot the picture. The other thing in this bag is something that was one of the most frightening things ever. I went through my sourdough era long before Taylor Swift did, just so we're all on the same page. And I had a sourdough starter. This happened during COVID. Obviously, we were home and I was living off the land. And so I was baking bread and sourdough. And to up my sourdough game, I got these baskets that they could proof in, and also a thing called a bread lame, which is just like a thing that you can score the top of your dough with so that when it goes into the oven. And I wanted to make fancy designs. And so I ordered this kit, and it came with the baskets. It came with like this, card. But the most important thing that it came with were these razor blade things that go on the end of a stick, and it's a bread lame, if that's how you say it. I don't even know. And I loved it, and I made like beautiful designs on the bread. Well, one day I was in the kitchen and I was looking in a cabinet to get something, and I put my hand in the cabinet and I almost passed out. I experienced like literally it's the grossest, weirdest feeling I've ever had. It completely sliced my finger open, completely open. And uh, I I can't even explain the feeling. It is the scariest thing in the world. The bread lame is on a stick and it has a leather cover that goes over it. And the leather cover, I'm not saying it doesn't do its job, but it was in the basket and the leather cover came off and it sliced my finger and I thought I was going to pass out. And I called Jeff, who was in the basement, and I was like, Jeff, something's wrong. And there was blood. There's just blood everywhere. And he's like, you're fine. And I was like, I think I need to go to the hospital. And he's like, no, you're fine. Ultimately, I have no feeling in this finger anymore. It cut through everything. I can't feel anything. And it also stopped like a certain part of my nail from growing. And it was very, very traumatic. And so the bread lame is actually in a place in my house. It's like I can't see it, but these remind me of the trauma. I have to go to the bathroom. I can't talk anymore. I have to go. Can you take over? I have to pee.
Okay. Hi, friends. I just don't want to be this close to the TV. Oh, hold on. Is this better? This better? Hi, guys. Happy Saturday. Oh, that's a good question. I'll start this one for when she comes back. How many pumpkins are you going to rob today? What's everybody doing? I got a show and tell, but it's hard to like pick it up. And, oh, wait, the light went on. All over the place here. Is this okay. So hold on, let me check up on the chat for a second. Jeff is literally no help in an emergency, no comment. I can't play the sponsors video because it has music in it. The first time we played it, they made that whole commercial. Unless I could play it without the music. The music got her stream demonetized that day. The music that they used in it, we got in trouble. So we haven't played that yet. Which made me. I was going to bring up, the DVD, like screen share, what do you call that? Screensaver. I was gonna bring that up for times like this, but I'm afraid to like get something flagged on her channel. Hola, hi. Let's see. Keep that bread thingy close by. I was gonna tell her I was excited. That was a good thing for her to bring because now we're here alone. You know what? I'm probably too far away. How's this? Is this better? I didn't want to come on anymore. Everybody's mean in the chat. I don't want to ruin her show. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I just want it to be able to be her thing. All right. The DVD that never goes directly in the corner. It does though, once in a blue moon. So I brought my show and tell, but I don't want to pick it up. But it's funny to see it. I don't know if we have any Grease fans in the house. In Greece when they're doing the announcements in the morning or whatever throughout the day, and then the secretary's assistant has the little xylophone in front of it. Did I find a new card? That is this weekend's project. I haven't. I mean, we've been looking, but I am not gonna have a credit it's not going to be easy. So I'm going to have to go see our pal Jeff at Prestige. But he doesn't have anything that I'm like loving at the moment. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. We found a bunch. I don't know. I'm working 9 to 5 during the week. By the time I get out of there, go to Stop and Shop and do that stuff, and get home, you don't even do everything else. Like find a couple over there. What are you laughing at? Oh, with the doll up close. Yeah, so I don't know. I haven't really spent too much time on it, but I have help. The person whose car that I am borrowing is a car guy, so he's helping me out. Um, but I'm not sold on anything yet. I'm not ready. It's gonna be like a big commitment, but I gotta do it today so that I can give him his car back. So today, tomorrow, Monday, I'm going car shopping. Today's chat seems super nice because I moved a couple of people out of it. But Vito at BMW of Warwick, I'm not gonna be able to afford a car from BMW of Warwick. This is why I'm saying I'm gonna have to go see Miss Deliri. It is an engagement ring. Can you see that far there? Oh, because I was this way. It is, but it's not for me. It's my Nana's. Oh, wait, and a little show and tell there. So this is my Nana's. Um, yep. Or it's super tiny. When she died, she left me her diamond ring, and she left my mom her vacuum. So my mom's always mad about it. Well, not really mad, but whatever. So that's my Nana's. This is just the only finger that it fits on. That's the only finger that it fits on. And so I like it because it's pretty and it's stupid to leave it sitting at home, in a drawer somewhere. And also, sometimes it makes people leave me alone because they think that I'm engaged. So no Lexus, no Mercedes, Lexus. My mom's a Lexus girl. She's had a few in a row already now. Um, I do love them. It was nice and smooth. It drives really nice, but I loved my car. I loved my BMW. I will say I got in that car for a test drive. I literally stop sign, took a right, went to take a left on Route 6 in Westport, if anybody knows where Prestige is. And as soon as I made that first turn, like that first quick left around I was like, this car's coming home with me. I need it. I actually asked, so my daughter's getting her license at some point in the future. So I asked her, I said, before I go shopping, I didn't even think of that. Do you want to look for a car like that we can both meet and settle in halfway? Because she didn't like my BMW. And I thought she might like an Audi because it's very like Volkswagen and whatever, but she doesn't really care. Audis make me nervous because I've always known them to have like problems, like electrical problems or something after. So I don't know. Ideally, I want my car. I just want the same car that I had, maybe a year or two newer. So that's probably what I'm gonna look for. So that's that. We just gotta find one. I know Leary had a couple, but they weren't like it just wasn't the color. I didn't want a blue. I don't know. I'm sad. But I know I'm like not a time crunch because he doesn't care. I don't know. I'm sad all about it. What do we have? My neighbor has a nice Audi. We both got our cars at the same time, both white. She got the Audi, I got the BMW, and we were talking one day we were gonna trade to try them out. I just want it. I want my car back. She doesn't want to be insuring a car that needs collision and yeah. She doesn't care about the nice car. She wants an old 240. She wants she's looking at like a 1994 240. Um, Husband is on his third. Alright, so anything else? Audi drives sporty like the BMW. My hair has beautiful shades of blonde in it. Thank you. My hairdresser, Lindsay, does a great job. It's a mess. But like, maybe not too bad. But yes, that's what she's known for. She blends very natural. She's great. Hair by Lindsay Ben. She's out of Bristol. Okay. Jessica's back. Can we go back? Okay. Bye, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
After. All right. Oh, thank you. Erin does need a sporty convertible, reminiscent of I've been in 2 convertibles with Erin, and both times she drives flagrantly. She is a great driver. Yeah. Convertibles are a fun extra car. I'm finishing show and tell, and then we're gonna call Jeffrey. I have one more show and tell item, which I leave out this binder. This is so someone tried to take me to court to get a restraining order against me. And that happened before, and they got it because I didn't have an attorney and I didn't understand the law and I didn't understand how to defend myself and I didn't understand things. But one of the best things, and I think everybody who's followed the Karen Reed trial and Aiden's things, I think one of the best things that has come out of that is we are so much more knowledgeable in how the court system works, how law works. And I know that today I know far more than I ever knew. And I also took pre-law classes last year. I did 2 semesters and was able to really get some knowledge under my belt just because I thought it was very interesting, but also because I'm constantly in a courthouse dealing with bullshit. And so I did not ever want to be in a vulnerable position again where I couldn't defend myself. I don't have a lot of money and I don't have, sugar daddies I can tap into for cash. And so for me, the best thing was to learn. And so this binder, which I keep out all the time, is the case that I made to defend myself against because to defend myself. So court docs, but I organized everything in Alan Jackson style. Everything is in a plastic. Everything has tabs. Everything is coordinated with statements. This says transcripts, Somerset Police Department call logs, police reports, Mass DOT Facebook posts, Twitter posts, Facebook posts, and then documents and everything. And I put all of this together in this binder. And because of this and practicing and learning a Lessie style correct, I was able to, with ease, successfully defend myself against someone. And I'm going to tell you something. Without the knowledge and without this, which I learned from watching the Karen Reed trial, which I learned from watching Aiden and listening to his courtroom audios, I would be in a lot more trouble because it's never that I did anything wrong. It's they had skill sets, they had attorneys, they had power, and I didn't have anything. And I would never, ever let that happen again. And I've been able to successfully not only protect myself in court, but I'm also been able to defend myself in court. And this binder is a very good reminder. This was a full week of work, cataloging things, writing things. This person would, said that I outed their salary and their job. And so I had screenshots and, print them out. And then, the judge would always appreciate when I was making a statement that I could just hand over, and I would just go like this, like, here's this statement. And then I have a number here, and then I would flip to it, and then I would pull it out, and like, there it is. So I've done this a couple times. I have 3 different cases that I worked on, but this right here just is, I think, one of the best things that came out of watching the Karen Reed trial, which is if you're a woman and you're getting railroaded by politicians or people in power or police, you have to stick up for yourself. And so this binder is the manifestation of all of that. I'm very proud of it. I can't say that I'm ever going to always have success. I mean, I've tried to do a couple things and I haven't been able to do it. But this just, thanks to Karen's defense team, because this is like a life skill now that I guess, especially in this industry, I need. So yeah, missing the dream team every day. I mean, remember in trial 1 where you had Lally just like walking in with like boxes and just papers all over the place and not being able to find something, and the ease of documents and papers and things like that. Like, it was really something to behold. It was really something to see. Make copies for us. It was really something to see. And it seems like such a simple thing, you know what I mean? But like, a binder this was just life-changing. Brial definitely needs wonderful binders with the Kelsey case. Yeah. So fun fact, at the beginning of the summer, before I started doing this show, an attorney reached out to me and asked if I would work for him. I guess, we've learned you don't really have to have a certificate to be a paralegal. You can just be one, I guess. Hold on. Oh, I thought you were going to I thought you were going to make an announcement to that. She was like, ding, ding. Like, you apparently don't need to have, I mean, I was going to school, and I don't know if my goal was to eventually be a lawyer, but like it was, I think it was just a very trendy thing for me. Like, everybody was in courtrooms, and I want to go and learn things. So I'm going to go take some law classes, and I had a really great time learning some things. But I just read a comment and I didn't know, I don't know, I can't remember. But anyway, it's just life changing. Anyway, in this industry, especially, it's just important to have. So I was really, really happy, really proud of that. Sounds like I might need it, Sandy, on the xylophone. But it did make a difference, I think. Just watching that, it's just, I don't know, you can't underestimate it. So if you could learn opalite on that for me, we would be. Yes. Yes. That's show and tell, as mismatched and moshed as it was. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a lawyer. Now I'm going to become a mental health counselor. Probably like both equally as important. Nothing feels better than being organized. That's a game changer for me. I lost 2, but I lost 3 restraining order hearings. Not because nothing changed, by the way. The facts in the restraining order renewals were the same every single solitary time. But the way that their attorney presented it, and the way I was unable to defend myself or present things to counterpoint it, put me at such a disadvantage. And having that restraining order against me for 2.5 years, almost 3 years, was hard. It was suffocating and paranoid and all of those things. And so you take the power back from that. Knowledge is power. Somebody literally, it was power. It's a power move. So that attorney asked me to work for him, and I said, I belong to the streets. I can't do it, but I do help out occasionally. Do you have other show and tell items? That was it, that one. Do we want to call Jeffrey? We'll call Jeffrey. I don't have any unboxings today. All right. Are we getting prank call ideas? Yeah, I can't. I'm just going to call him. I'm going to apologize to him. It's 11:14. He should be up. He's not mad about the birdseed. Jeff, I told him that people had been commenting about him when he was on the show, and that, there was some comments, and I read some of the comments to him, and then he was like, well, read me more. And like, I read him all the comments. Will he think it's a prank if you're apologizing? Will he think it's a prank that I'm apologizing? Very rarely am I wrong, but when I am wrong, I will apologize. Jeff is I told you this on Wednesday. You get the best version of Jeff on this show. I'll call him first, and then we'll see. We're going to call him first, and then we're going to feel it out. We're going to see. And then that's what's made him angry. So he may be watching. I'm not really sure. But let's call him. Let's see how it's going. We'll feel it out, and then we'll ask him if he will jump on like TiTi did. Okay. I'm going to put him on. I won't put him on speaker first. Should I? I wouldn't. All right. Let me call him first. Don't worry about it, baby. Doesn't he kind of owe you one? That's what this is. He's not answering me. Hi. Where are you? Where are you? It sounded like you were somewhere. Can I put you on speaker? The besties are wondering where you are, and I told them that we got into an argument. So I'm going to apologize to you. Yeah.
We need to hear. See Daddy. They want him.
He said this is making it worse.
He doesn't want to link.
Do you want, if I send you a link, will you come on and say hello? The answer is no. Okay.
800 people want their Jeff seat.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll hang up. Hello? I think he just left me on the phone and didn't. I told you.
Yeah, you do. Say sorry.
I'm not trashing Jeff. How do I How am I going to get through a weekend now where the whole internet was mad at me during the week and now Jeff is mad at me on the weekend?
No, we're not being fresh.
No, what did I walk into? You're really getting Jeff to come on live to solve your personal issues publicly. First of all, stop. Stop. Jeff has been on the show. I just talked to you about all of it. If you like I just want to be clear. Like if you're watching something here and you don't like it, Jesus Christ. You don't have to be here. I get the views. I get paid for views here too. So when you're here and you watch, YouTube pays me money. So if you really dislike it, Jeff, don't take it out on us. Go to Florida and rent a Mustang again. Yeah. That wouldn't help what's going on right now. Yeah, just leave if you don't like it.
Don't stop. The more you feed the negative, the more negative.
Somebody said it must be a 2 cigarette, 2 coffee kind of morning.
This is back. Go stop.
I guess the reality is that life is just not always great. It's messy sometimes. Don't fall for. No, it's just because of drama and stuff like that. Oversharing. Jeff can't have it both ways. Jeff can't come on the show and be addicted to the spotlight and the attention. And then when he doesn't come on, deal with the fact that the besties are just like, where is he? I knew not to put him on live because I had a feeling that he wasn't going to be. I will tell you this. It's 11:20 right now. We're going to do our, what do we call it? The pay ride thing at 2 with the kids and everything like that. And then when that's done, all of the kids are going off to do their own things. So everybody's going, well, that's the Jeff merch out the window then. So what's going to happen is, so this is the, it's called the Horizon social chart. So this is what we talked about. This is where everybody starts right here. And then you all start here and then you go down here if you suck or you say something wrong, or you go up here. Jeffrey's up at the top because it's husband. Jeffrey is here. Yesterday, and what Jeff did, put him down here for me. But with the besties, he's down here. But what I was trying to explain is it's Saturday. It's Jeff's favorite day of the week. It's my favorite day of the week too, because one, I have the show and I'm always on the radio on Saturdays, but Saturdays are like my best day. Sundays are reset day and home days. Sundays always have the potential for something fun or whatever. And I'm just going to tell you, we will put Jeff above Cheech for the weekend. Jeff, by the time 6 o'clock rolls around, Julia's got plans. Jack has plans and Georgia has plans. Everybody will disperse and it'll be a Saturday, which is a day after Jeff's payday. And Jeff is going to want to go somewhere and do something. And Jeff will never go and do something on a Saturday night without me. It has been that way for almost 13 years. We spend every Saturday night together. Occasionally the Saturday night will be like with friends as well, but Jeff and I have never spent a Saturday night apart. And so this is as predictable as the day is long. Jeff will start around 6 o'clock coming over and asking me for an apology. Jeff will, well, actually, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. It was on the list of things to talk about. Jeff will definitely get over it. It was on the list. And it is, where is it? Right here. It says Meowser cat language. So not to overshare, but on brand. So I don't know when, but it's very early on in our relationship. Jeff and I started talking to each other in cat language and nicknaming each other. His name is Meowser. My name is Meowser, and we talk in a cat language. And it's like meow, 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 meow. Like it's just like this thing. Okay. So I have said that cat language has actually saved our marriage because, okay, so let's just say you're married and you've been married for, 10 years and you're at work and the other person is at work and you don't really know how the other person is feeling that day. Like, I don't know if everybody's like this, but I deal with a lot of like Jeff's like emotions and like how he's feeling and anger and all of these things like that, like on a daily basis. He has a very high stress job. I have a very high stress job and we have all of these things. If Jeff calls me and the phone rings and I pick it up and I go, hello, and Jeff goes, hello, we're dealing with some shit or whatever. But if I pick up the phone and I go, hello, and Jeff goes, hi, Mauser, well, then it's like Jeff's in a really great mood. And I have maintained that the Meowser thing has saved our marriage. When you're in that space and time, when you're arguing, but you both want to move on and you don't know how to get past it, Meowser or the cat thing basically is like a white flag. It's like, I'm ready to move on. Are you ready to move on? And because of who we are as humans, because of how we are as humans, Jeff and I'm a very good communicator. Tell me more. Tell me more, Mike Meow. Okay. We talk. Sometimes Erin Meow Rafa. Like I don't know how else to explain it, but it is saved our, we might need a Jeffrey binder. It saves us from perpetuating arguments. It has things get better. Also, if Jeff and I are out and having a really great time, or if we're we sing songs in Meow. Like we sing Phantom of the Opera and Meow. There's a video on one of my phones. I don't know which one, but we're singing Sail Away by Styx in Meow. Like it's just our thing. And so it is like a target word or sound that will basically send the signal to me that Jeff is ready to move on from whatever we were dealing with. Also, same with me. Like he knows, like I have forgiven him for whatever he did wrong. And so we meow and that's it. And sometimes like it's also a very good indicator for me, like on a daily basis, like Jeff has moved on from his work day, even though he may be still on work and he's maybe like everything is okay. And I don't know if is everybody else like that? I don't know what other people's. My husband texted me back and said, "Woof." So it's just like this thing. Okay, AB, I don't really care. You sound like you're lonely and you don't have a husband or a wife. I don't really know. Jess, stealing your grandmother and meowing is not weird. It's just the thing. I'm trying to pull up a text message between Jeff and I that gives like the perfect example of it. And also sometimes we have a secret handshake. We'll do it next time. But we also do this other thing where we go like, we just wave like this, like cat. We go like it's our paw. One of the very first times we were dating, we weren't even married yet, and we were doing the cat thing. One time he sent me a kitty paw in Facebook Messenger, and it was like 2 kitty paws. Like, I don't know, like Let me find a message between. Hold on. I'll give a really good example of one where Jeff says something, Meowser, out of the blue. Thursday, October 2nd, 10 a.m. GM, good morning, Meowser. I love you, I miss you, and I don't want to be apart from you today. And then I just said, do you want to go to Barrett's and watch the game tonight? And he was like, that would make me very happy. Like, started off with Meowser, and we moved past whatever stupid inconsequential argument that we were having that day. What else? Oh my God, look, I just said that. Maybe call him back and meow. I could call him back and I could do Phantom of the Opera and just meow it to him. Meowser, do you want to take a ride out to Sakonnet? It's the meow thing. I don't really know. I hope that you and Jeff don't drive. Toonses the driving cat. I love Toonses. Only Phil would know Toonses. I love Toonses. I'll call Jeff and I'll just meow to him. That's fine. He won't answer, but because he knows I'm on the show. But my hubby and I have an unwritten rule. We might go to bed angry, but when we wake up the next day, all is forgiven. It's very serious. We'll talk about it. Communication is key for us. I wouldn't say we like literally have a sit down conversation. And if I do, Jeff is like strapped to a chair. Like there's no way that guy is sitting down and like chatting. But like, again, this is just an informal way that shows that Jeff and I will go sometimes a couple of days angry, but almost 99% of the time, the only way to get past it is meowing. Call him and do simply the best. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. He's gonna send it to voicemail. Hold on. It's gotta be Phantom of the Opera. Meow, 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 meow. It's waving the white flag. I don't rob pumpkins. He's letting it go to voicemail. That's a good one. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Everything will be fine by the time I get home. I wish I had the video of Jeff and I doing Sail Away by Styx in cat language. It is just beyond. Meow, 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 meow. It's just what we do. It's the cat thing. I don't get it. Listen, it is. I have cat stickers on my keyboard. You can't see. Oh, Henrietta. Did you guys ever hear the story? And I'm probably not going to talk about anything else today. Do you know the story about Mr. Rogers? I see this clipped on Twitter. I swear to God. Oh yeah. This will go viral on TikTok. Let's not make that happen. Let's just keep it. Let's keep it here. What was it? Okay. Did I ever tell the story about Mr. Rogers? It's really sad. With what? The meow reminds me of the cat from Mr. Rogers, Henrietta. Oh, what was somebody said lady something. Yeah. I grew up without my dad. We talked about this, but when I was a little kid, I didn't know who my dad was. Like he wasn't around. I knew he was out there or whatever, but I used to watch Mr. Rogers and I used to think that that was my dad. And to think your families didn't think you were perfect together. Right? It's because people are like shallow and weird and they don't have depth. But I used to think Mr. Rogers was my dad. So I'd watch him in the morning and I would be like looking at him on TV and I would think that that was my dad on TV. I don't even know where I came up with that idea, but I used to think Mr. Rogers was my dad. I'm doing that the next time my husband and I get into an argument with no backstory. I'll report it.
Somebody just asked.
Amy joined in the middle of a glorious cat symphony. This is the funniest chat today, Jess. You have to read it later. You will crack up. Only a few nutty people. Okay, I will. Everybody loves Jess. I used to think John Belushi was my dad. Amy, we'd get sat in front of the TV in the morning and watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. And I thought that Mr. Rogers was my dad when I was little. And I've always had this like thing with him. And when he died, it was just, I was not okay. I will, for comfort, watch Mr. Rogers clips sometimes. Maybe if we all say hello to Jeff, he'll make an appearance for us. I'll start. Hello, Jeff. We love you. I mean, what's happening here, which is really crazy, is I actually am compromising how I felt in my argument just to get past it. And he's holding on to this. But I promise you, 6:05 p.m. I will post a selfie on X of Jeff and I because he will have come back. I don't know how many coffees he's had. I don't know how many cigarettes he has smoked yet today. I have no idea. But he is still extremely grouchy. He was a Marine?
Did you not know this?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
All of his sweaters were made from his mom or his grandmother?
Can somebody please explain this? I thought for sure Jessica would be able to come and tell the rest of the story. I can't, I'm not a good storyteller. I don't have all the facts, but you do not know that he was like a serviceman and that he was like, you didn't know that? Is this real? Jeffrey's in the chat?
Jeff is in the chat.
Everybody,
Jeff's in the
one,
chat.
two.
Jeff is in the chat. Everybody say good morning to Jeff. I just heard him say, and there it is. That's all I saw. It's not saying anything mean about you. Please.
My kids are meowing.
Jeff. I'm just going to let the besties handle it. Jeff Steve. He's there.
Ross too. We need to come back to this in the Mr. Rogers thing. I didn't know about Bob Ross, but I'm gonna
look at Mary. Good morning, Jeff. We love you. Hi, Jeff. Look at the cat emojis.
God.
I'm gonna just send him the link anyway, just in case he feels so inclined to jump on.
Oh my God! Look at this instant. Yeah.
I would send it to him on Facebook, but I think I have him blocked. Oh no, we're still connected. Hold on.
We promise not to buy any more bird food, Jeff.
Cool for cats by Phil knows the music I like. What did Jeff say? She left without me, therefore she loses. He just said that.
Can you open your YouTube? Can I give him a wrench, please? Oh, we can't. Can you see it? Did you decline it?
He sent me a screenshot and it's the audio.
Oh, is it the transcription?
It's me.
Shower. Turn it around. Don't mention birdseed.
It just says, yeah. Oh, did Jeff say he's all? Oh, there's Jeffrey. I sent you. I'm going to send you a link. What the? He's roaring. Give Jeff Tina's wrench. I sent you a StreamYard link, Jeffrey. If you want to give the people what you want, what they want, and just come on and we can work through our marriage problems in public. Jeff, you are the glue that holds the shield together. It's true.
I might take a little offense to that.
Erin's taking a little offense to that. Are you trying? I sent you an email to do your hair, Missy. Somebody is sweet talking him. Oh, she's just saying, I'm just sweet talking him so he'll come on the show. He got a wrench. Jeffrey doesn't care what Jessica sends to him. Why is he talking himself in third person? Jeff has a wrench. Oh, this is great that I can see the. Why did he look what he said? I cut my fucking hair and shave for this bitch, and she leaves without me. Not cool.
Wait, did she leave without you, Jeffrey? Real question, because we're gonna need both sides of this. Is that what happened? Did she leave the house without you?
He wasn't up. He was in his office. I never even saw him. He knows what time we leave, and I left late today because I barely slept. Jeff, just take the link and just come in. He shaved and I left without him. Because it's not, he shaved and he did his hair last night. And then we got into an argument and he said, fuck your show. I'm not coming on with you. And then I never saw him again. He stayed in his office. I never saw him. I left very late. I usually leave at 7:15. He didn't even get up to let the dogs out. And I let the dogs out and I left my house at 7:45. I didn't get to the studio until 8 o'clock today. And Jeff was nowhere to be found. I didn't feel like I should have gone to his office and woken him up. It felt like I was crossing enemy lines. I wasn't going to go. He was mad about something that happened last night, Melanie. I was having an issue with someone who I felt is a fan and was being inappropriate. And I didn't feel like he was like making me feel better. No, that's not exactly how it went down. I can't give too much, but I wanted. No, you don't have to say sorry, Molly. I was just explaining it. That's not exactly how it is. That's not what happened. Who let the dogs out? Not Jeff. I didn't leave them in the basement. Are the bad people coming? No. It's fixed now, but there's an issue. The lock on I was afraid people were going to get in my house because of the stalker situation that I was feeling. And the person sending me, how do you secure your home from the basement? Okay, I can't give too much information, but I had an issue with my door from my basement to my house. And I was very upset and scared and nervous and upset. And I asked if Jeff could do something to secure that door for me. And I get it. Jeff is like, I don't want to deal with this shit. It's late. I don't want to deal with it. Whatever, blah, 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 blah. Solution, Glock. Yes. And so Jeff didn't want to do that. I think he thought I was being irrational. I didn't think I was being irrational. I wanted to feel comfortable. I wanted to sleep and I didn't get sleep. So I never got what I needed, which was I wanted to sleep comfortably. And Jeff went downstairs and angrily was like, I'll just go fucking downstairs and blah. And he slept in his office. But that wasn't. Wasn't that I was being catty.
These are great. You want me to put the air on?
No.
Perfume?
I don't like that Jeff is like not telling the whole story, because the real story is I was in a place of not feeling really great and I just needed someone to just like take care of me. And I understand I'm a lot. And also, in Jeff's defense, I don't ever need people to take care of me. I'm always in charge. I always do things. And it was just like, in that moment, maybe it's mixed signals. I just needed some help. Jeff, your merch is hanging in the balance. Come on. We want Jeff. I'm never going to take away the Jeff merch. It was one of the funniest things when Erin literally created a bag of sin. We all know that Jeff has a different barometer of what a serious matter is. That is true. I am the solution. Nobody is coming in my house unwanted, guaranteed. I would have appreciated that sentiment last night when I was crying on the couch.
See, Daddy's got it under control. That's all he's gonna say.
Who said that?
Me.
Oh, Erin said Daddy's gonna you. Jeff, you are the great. I can kind of see Jeff's point here. Yes, and that is why I am like apologizing to him on here and sang him cat songs, and I am like apologizing. Because in this instance, I'm not saying I was wrong, but he's not necessarily at fault. Does that make sense?
I like what this is turning into. Get the bread knife, kitty cat. Okay, is he coming on or what?
I also don't like Jeff ever having to like defend me with things. Like, I very rarely have called upon Jeff. Of all of the times I ever went to court, like through all of the other stuff, like 5 years ago, I never called upon him. I never made him come and like defend me or do any of these things or whatever. Erin was always like the go-to for that. Oh. In the chat. Why do I see it on the phone before I see it on here?
Aww.
Wait, he said, okay, fine. Meow, 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 meow. Wait, somebody's. Okay, Mauser, can we fix it? Can you just take the link and come on? I said 6:05. We got 11:44. We're good. It's the cat. It's the cat language. It brings it all.
Oh, and we're back.
I am so glad we worked through my marriage issues right here with all of my friends. Jeff, can you take the link? Everybody would like you to just come on. I don't know if he knows how to do it. Yeah. All caps big. All right, everything is fine. All right, everybody, we are good. All right. Do we have anything else we wanted to talk about? He missed the grandma story. He would have been I would love to hear Jeff's take on him driving the getaway car. Should I just call him? I love you, Mr. Monk. I want to know who Mr. Monk is. Look at Melanie saying smash that. Smash that like. I love a happy ending. There was no way it wasn't going to go this way. 6 all right. You know what's great? It's almost 12 o'clock and I haven't talked about one story, one thing. I've done nothing. It has literally just been like a gossip sesh. I think it was probably for the best after the week that we've had. I don't know if I should call him. He's meowing now. I'm calling him again. It's a no tears Saturday. He sent me to voicemail. All right, we're done with this. All right. Any starred comments or things that are positive that we should talk about, or people that purchased thingies? Your show is more enjoyable without TB drama. Thank you. I'll be back. We'll be back with that. I'm making baked beans and bread and loving your show. You're such an inspiration for conservative ladies. We don't talk enough about that, but we are going to be ramping things up politically. So that's probably going to require an additional show added to the weekly thing. So we have this show, which I think should be fun and nostalgic and all of the things. We do the bunny show, which is where we do all of the shit talking and the drama. Then we're going to do a third show. And this is all going to be about politics. And we're going to have to talk about, I don't know what a Taurus is, but Jeff's birthday is in December. Then we're going to do a politics show where we get serious and we talk about stuff, because that actually takes a back burner to everything. And politics is a big part of what I do. And that's we've got an election coming up. So we might have to do that. And that'll be just for our conservative besties. It is not a place for liberals. It will be a place that will definitely make people on the left be uncomfortable and cry and rage. And I don't want that. We may make it like can you do a member show or something only? And like make it just, and like, I don't know, can I make it like a 99-cent membership thing just for that show or something? Or maybe, I don't even know how we would do that, but we would have to like I mean, I don't care if liberals are in there, but like, just to let you know, like there's a lot of stuff going on in the state and across the country in regards to the gubernatorial race and all of these things, and will be a place to learn. I mean, so I have been waiting for several reasons on sharing with who I'm going to vote for as the gubernatorial candidate. There are a couple of reasons why I've been doing that. First and foremost is I wanted to see exactly who was going to be running. There was some speculation on Mike Minogue getting into the race. I wanted to see, I needed to learn all about each candidate. And I had already done some work on each one of these people, not for anybody, like just for myself. I wanted to see the team that these people were building. I wanted to see, because when people start running for higher office, they start formulating platforms and teams and strategy and all of these things. And I don't expect everybody to know that, but I'd be happy to share all of that and like my thought process and the things that I was looking at and what made me eliminate Aaron Packard right away, right? I got a bunch of crap for that. Aaron Packard is no longer in the race, but his not taking it seriously, him being a very, very far right-winged person, not raising money, not understanding how and what to do if he were governor. Very easy. Like, we're not supporting this guy. And eventually he dropped out. Easy right there. But as I started to meet and learn the other candidates, this is a big job. And I also think I'm not wasting a vote. And I want to understand what these people are about. And for several months, I have been working on myself and what I wanted to see. And then also what I think would be a way to win back the state house. And so there's a lot of factors. And so I've made a decision on who I'm going to be supporting. And I don't consider myself an influencer in that respect, but the Boston Herald did write a story about myself and other people on X and our ability to influence people in regards to, politics. And so I take this very, very seriously. We can talk about all of these fun things and all of these drama things and all of these content creator wars and things like. There's absolutely nothing more important in my life right now than getting back the State House from Maura Healey. That is the most important thing in my life. Hands down. Like, it is outside my family and what I do, but I also understand and can directly correlate what's happening with Maura Healey to my family, and so can you. And I'll connect those dots for you if you're interested in that. But it is the most important thing, and so I take it very seriously. I have a huge platform compared to what I had years ago. I understand how important this platform is. I want to be responsible, and I also want to be authentic, and that's a big part of my life and what I do. So I've made a decision on who I'm going to support. It is with great depth and consideration that I have chosen this person, and I'm going to tell you why I'm doing that. I'm never going to tell you who to vote for. You can follow me. You can take my word for it. You can do your own work. My goal is to influence people to vote for who I choose. That is my goal. I will not even, there will be no shade with that. Every single person who is in this state has their own lives. They're flawed people. They're perfect people. They have great jobs. They have no jobs. They deal with children, or they don't have children. There's so many different demographics. I'm just going to tell you, you all know who I am already. I'm going to tell you, this is why I am voting for this person. This is why I want to support them. And this is why I want to influence people to vote for that person. I take it very, very, very seriously. I have absolutely no, I get nothing out of it. It's not a paid thing. And in actuality, part of the reason why I did not talk about who I wanted was because the two candidates at the time, Mike Keneally and Brian Shortsleeve, were supporting my work with simple $50 a week ads that, their logo is on the screen. That's as Republicans supporting, I think, a conservative influencer. And it was no more than that. That's not an endorsement. That's not a paid advertisement. It's funny, but the Boston Herald asked me this week because they saw on campaign finance that Mike Keneally paid me whatever. And he asked about it. And I was like, well, it's just for his logo on the screen. Brian Shortsleeve, same thing. I said, and, really, I said, it's aligned with like this whole thing about how you guys at the Herald recognized new media and independent journalists, and the candidates recognize that as well. And so it's really unique to see that these guys thought that there was value to throw their logo on a show like this. I'm sure they didn't plan on it being the dumpster fire that it had been for the past couple of weeks, but no, Shortsleeve isn't a nickname. It's his real name. And so I wanted to be able to finish that cycle of advertising and then say, I'm not taking any money from any candidate. That was as a professional, but as somebody who has now made a decision on who they're going to vote for, it's kind of like a good time. And also all of the candidates were there and I did everything. And so I made my pick, and I'm going to share that with all of you. So I think, and I'm going to be doing things to help those candidates, whether it's visibility events or, sharing, platforms or what. I mean, the thing at the end of the day here, just so you all know, is like the enemy here is Maura Healey. And I know how Republicans will eventually vote in the general election. They'll vote for the Republican. And I know that Democrats and liberals will vote for Maura Healey. It's all of the people in the middle that I hope to lean to the right and have them pick the candidate that I choose. And that's how we win this back. And it's not going to feel really great 100% of the time because no candidate is perfect. But do you not want change at the end here? The goal is to not go through what we had last time, which was a bloodbath. And so we can't do that. And we are dealing with the residual effects of that election with everything that Maura Healey has done in regards to this migrant crisis and all of the other things. And I'm going to, when we're done and we're getting closer to the primary, right? In the spring of next year, by the spring of next year, I am going to have given you a list of things that if you are talking to a stranger on the street, you are going to be able to rattle off A, B, C, and D and why you're picking this person, so that you have the ability to quickly influence people in your life to vote for the Republican candidate. That's my job. That's what I'm going to do. And that's it. And so we'll keep it separate from here, but I am going to kind of pull together something so that we can have those conversations. If you're interested, you can come. If you're not, you don't have to, but that's my plan. Okay. All right. What else?
Oh, you're looking at me. Well, let's see. What time is it? 11:56. Do we want to give a quick recap on the Charlie numbers?
Yeah. So,
Without.
well, Erin, no, no, it's not going to, Erin.
I'm asking her if we can do a recap of the Charlie sales numbers, but to do that without mentioning anything else and just talking about how, an unfortunate situation. And maybe we could save the rest of it for another time, but maybe we could just keep, because the chat seems to be really loving today with nothing else coming up. So I'm wondering if we can just touch base on the Charlie numbers because it's been a month. But with, okay, so that was what I was just asking, if we could just talk about those without bringing up anything else and just talk about those. And thanks to everybody that took part in it without mentioning anything else. That's all I asked. But again, it's the Jeff Machado show, so I just got to give it like the college try, guys. I always got to give it like, do we really have to? Because we know they're not worth it. Just we got to focus on the good stuff that came out of it because it was a fantastic idea. But that was it. That was my try, friends. Okay, bye.
Noted. Noted and rejected. I truly resent Brian's public statements this week. I truly resented it only because and by the way, then best way to say it, go to my spaces that I did this week. I don't remember the name of it. Hold on, I'll direct you to it and post it in the comments later. Let me just find the name of it because I did multiple spaces this week. The spaces I did was called, I think, The Real Grift or The True Grift. The True Grift. So I did it a day ago. You can go and listen to it. That's fine. I really, truly resent Brian making these comments. I'm 100% able to handle, take, or whatever. The comments that I was not showing my receipts in regards to the Charlie Kirk merchandise. And I said this on my thing, and I will keep it to a minimum here. When I decided to do this as a job, I actually am doing this as a job. I have an EIN number. I've registered my business with the state of Massachusetts. I have to, yes, I have a retail sales permit because now we sell merch. I have to pay taxes on everything I get. It makes it far less lucrative. And I think it's crazy that for somebody like me who is just getting into this, clearly well documented that I don't know what I'm doing. And so we're learning as we go, for Brian to come out here and basically accuse me of stealing and profiting off of Charlie Kirk's death. I'm not okay about Charlie Kirk's death. It is very emotional still. How do we get to the spaces? Erin will link it. I think I'm going to be able to link it. Stand by, copy link, and then let me go here. I'm going to drop it in the, I think I can, because if the video, I know. Hold on. I think I can do it. I think the problem I had is, first of all, big tough guy, big tough guy. Right. But look at my husband saying good morning, Gianna. There's the link to the spaces. I just saw Jeff say good morning, good morning, Jeff. Who's Gianna? What's your bread knife? Take my earrings out. I'm gonna get scrappy. There's just so many facets to the Brian thing about that, like big man running his mouth, only doing it now because I'm in a Twitter war with some other content creators. When he was alone, he would never. In person, he would never. That's the difference between him and I. In person, this conversation would happen. And then bringing in this thing, right? That's just crazy to me. I am a conservative. I live my life that way. My husband has been listening to Charlie Kirk things for forever. Yes, Erica's post yesterday. I mean, yesterday was the 1 month anniversary of his death. And here's Brian basically saying, show us your receipts. Show us your receipts. we run a business over here, Brian. I hope you do. I hope you pay taxes. And everybody's saying like it was a soft veil threat. I'm never going to give that energy to this whole thing, but like, you should make sure you're all in order over there, okay? Because you're opening up the door for people who don't like these content creators to start asking those questions, and things would get really uncomfortable for people. So, Mr. Big Money, who told me how much he makes all this money, blah blah blah. I hope you're all above board. Erin does my stuff. She tries. Listen, we have people that we've billed and haven't paid us. And it's been 10 weeks, and it's just life. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. I got that payment, by the way, while I was sitting here, the outstanding one, while I was here, 10 weeks later. And so it's a weird space to be in, you know, to have like a business side of something or whatever. Erin has asked, or has not asked, Erin has taken it on. And she's great. She sends out invoices. We didn't do it this week or whatever. We'll talk about, but like we have a database. We send out invoices so that people pay us, and then we update it. And like, it's a thing, because I don't know what this is going to be like next year when I have to file my taxes. Like, I don't know. So we're like really like trying here, right? I made a W-9 for myself. Like it's kind of a thing, right? And then this whole thing about like these sweatshirts, I knew right away, like, I want a sweatshirt. Okay, let's sell them. And then Erin was like, well, we can't make any money off of it. I was like, right. So let's just separate that, and whatever profit we make, we'll just donate it. And then wherever I donate, it's the same place every time, year after year after year. It's the Veterans Agency in Fall River. It's where I spend my money. It's where I have done fundraising. I don't even have the pictures, but like, I do have a picture. Like, we do a lot of stuff for Kim and for the Veterans Agency, and it's my go-to because it's trusted, and I see where my work. Who's the scumbag who accused you of this? No, I'll tell you when I get home. No. Jeff getting mad. Jeff getting mad.
Don't encourage him in the chat.
And so the
Yay! Love my bestie sweatshirt. Yay!
I'm sending you 3 pictures in the email. Let me see if it goes through. Hold on. Yep. So this is a place. Listen, there's a lot of places where people can like donate money or to the Jeff Machado Show email. There's a lot of places you can donate money. And I don't know if anybody, you want to feel good when you're donating stuff. You want to know exactly where it goes. That is why the Veterans Agency of Fall River, the Veterans Association of Bristol County, is my go-to. I've been there during lunchtime when they're serving veterans who come in. I've been there many times throughout the day, and I see veterans there. There's very little administration there. It's literally like a volunteer that runs the place. Well, she gets paid, but very little. And then a director. So I've just seen this place function. I see the work they do. My dad was a veteran. My dad went there plenty of times. Yes. Yes. Like that's why part of this thing with the Brian thing about Charlie Kirk like really got to me. And I'm not saying I broke I don't know, like the third, I really wanted to address. Brian has been saying stuff about me for weeks, and I've just never said anything. I didn't really address it. You know what I mean? I'll take my cheap shots at him or whatever, but this, because it was about the Charlie thing or whatever. So for me, any profits I had, I didn't even think about it. I did think I'm not going to give it to Turning Point. They're going to make a ton of money or whatever. I'm going to give it to the Veterans Association. And so him saying like, show your receipts. So we'll show some receipts. First, I'm going to show you, this is what we've done in the past for the Bristol County Veterans Association of Bristol County. They're on Pine Street. This is some of the things that we have done. And unlike Brian, I don't post about this and share it everywhere. So this is at my home, and there's Erin and Stephanie and Meredith and Sarah. They were doing a Sheroes event where they have a luncheon for females that are in the military and our female veterans. And they really needed things for the women. They were giving them lunch, but they wanted to give them things. And so me and my moms, we went and made all of these gift baskets and put them together. And then we delivered them there with all the American flags. And it was just, little baskets. Actually, it's not little. Those actually were like pretty expensive, but there's a lot of stuff in there. There was makeup, candles, coloring books. Like, it was like, that's okay. That was one thing. Then another time, Kim, anytime they're looking for something, Kim will send me a message like, hey, because she knows actually she can depend on me to get what they need. So one time she was saying that they were in need of, what do you call it? Health and beauty aids and things like that. And so I put out a call to my moms, and over the course of a couple days, look at what we got. Toothbrushes. Actually, what makes me sad? Virgil, my friend Virgil, who passed away, he showed up at my house with $50, and he was like, I'm not going to the store and buying anything, but take $50 and go and buy something. And I went right to the dollar store and bought a bunch of stuff. We will, Jess, we will. I'm going to talk to Kim and see what they need right now. I know that right now their clothing section of the place is full, so they don't have anything, but look at everything that keep it local. My dad used to go there for lunch occasionally before my dad passed away. I know my dad got a winter coat there one time. Like, this place is very important to me, and I can see where my work goes to directly touch veterans, which matters. So look at what all my friends did. Look at everything that they got. Shout out to like Rachel, who was like using all her CVS coupons to get me like all the toothpaste and the toothbrush. Like, this is just, that makes me so happy. And then another time we did a food drive for them in the off season, because a lot of times people will donate during holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. But the problem is people forget about those people all of the other times. Do we have the other? Should be one. And we did another one for, I think there were two different ones, but we did a food drive of all non-perishable things. There's actually another photo. This was one other time, but we do this in the off season because, again, it's the same thing. It's like people come out of holidays and they feel, oh, I've got so much and now I want it. But it's the off season where our veterans get forgotten about all the time. And so this was another time that we did this. I did post this on my Facebook back when I did this, but it was only to thank all of my moms who stepped up and really helped me accomplish this goal. Another time I took money for backpacks because a lot of our veterans are homeless. I didn't take any, but that was actually another one I did. And we did this back to back, but the firefighters union in Fall River was doing a coat drive, and it was actually kind of made me mad because the coat drive, they were basically saying if you donate $50, it gets one coat, right? And they were going through an organization that got the coats or whatever. But anyway, I was like, well, where are the hats and where are the gloves? And the kids need hats and gloves. And so I asked all my friends to donate to, and it was when actually the fundraiser was through Facebook. It was before I ever had a Venmo or whatever, but all of my friends donated to it. And I went to all of the Walmarts and I got a hat and a pair of gloves or mittens for every single coat that the fire department donated in the city of Fall River. It was hundreds. And I did it for the 3 years that they did it. I did it. And I don't know if I ever really talked about that, but unlike Brian, who does it for show, for clout, and wants people to give him likes or whatever, I do this work away from this because of who I am as a person. And for you to say that I was going to profit off of Charlie Kirk merchandise is crazy. And then to prove it is crazy. He doesn't, the man made thousands of dollars during the Karen Reed trial for actually doing nothing. He was never out there. And if he was, it was so he could get the views and the clicks. And it's just this really gross, disgusting thing. But adding to that, the idea that I would profit off of Charlie Kirk's death, somebody that I admired, I followed, and whose death changed me and my husband, is really gross. And so Today would have been the day where Erin got all of our numbers together. And then once we calculate all of that and we balance everything out through Shopify and Printful and all of those things, then we get a number. And then I'm going to reach out to Kim, and then I'm going to go see Kim, and I'm going to give her a check, and we're going to make a donation. And I'm not going to take a picture of it, but because that's gross, but that is what we're going to do. That was always the plan. We had no idea how much merch we were going to sell. We didn't know. Erin put together, because of Brian, an Excel sheet of all of our Charlie merch, and how much we made off of it. And I think I talked about this. Some items we made a couple of dollars off of. But we have a list of, are you showing? Do you want to show that? We're happy to show that. And so as soon as, and again, we are on day 30. So as soon as all of our accounts are all settled, it's hard to see, but we're pretty much the real deal over here, Brian. So it's hard to say, but I think in total for all of the I think I had said 709.90 is the final dollar amount that we made off of all of the Charlie merch. I think I said it was around $400, but I think I was thinking just the hoodies. I can't really see that, but so that's that. And so I know Kim doesn't watch my show because she's busy. There we go. Yeah. Thank you. It explains how many. This is how many we sold. Erin is saying this is how many we sold. This is the gross sales. Then net sales, no taxes on any of this because it's clothing. Total sales, and then the gross profit for each. I still felt that was high. That minus shipping on all of those. To my knowledge, listen, I'm new. I still felt like that number was.
I do agree. But I did my best. Shopify is new I don't know if everybody can hear me on here. Shopify is new to me, so I got up early this morning and I was trying to, check all the reports. And this is the best report that I could find that broke the profit out individually. That one picture that I posted, it said we made about five beans on each hoodie profit after the fact, because it showed the print price, you know what I mean, what they pay, and then it showed the print price. So about $5 each. For those. So I mean, I don't want to say that this, to my knowledge, this is correct. But I mean, I could be wrong because I'm not like the director of finance. I'm not a VP of finance. There's things I can do and there's things I can't. So for now, this is the report that we're finding. Makes sense to me. But again, I mean, our costs. We'll double check. But right now, I'm going to be all the way transparent. This is the report that I found this morning. So.
Thank you for doing this today, because I know it wasn't something you were going to do, but we wanted to be fully transparent and quote unquote show receipts. And then once we do finally pay this out to her, which I'm not sure exactly when that'll be, but I anticipate over the next week or so, I'll give you Kim's contact information. You can call her and you can authenticate that if need be. And then when you are there, please ask her to tell you about all of the other things that I have given, including money and all of the things that you have seen here. Okay. Inappropriate and gross, which it just makes me feel so much better about everything I ever said about this guy. All right. Jeffrey's got a lot of is Jeffrey saying he has angry tears? Was that Jeff that said that? I know. He had a few because I was sharing, so I don't know. He's very mad. Jeffrey's mad. I didn't tell him for a reason, because I knew he would be upset about this. I know. I didn't tell Jeff because honestly, I didn't tell Jeff because of the Charlie Kirk part of it. But like, if I say, oh, this guy Brian is on here and he's saying, Jeff would probably just not get into the fray. But that's how Jeff is. We're diverting his anger from me directly to Brian. Yeah, yeah. I think also too, like, I think it's also it was a hard sell to Jeff for me to get in and do this, because we don't make a lot of money over here. I've not been able to pay Erin. I know. I'm just saying, like, the thing here is to like keep working and pushing, and that one day it will pay off. But um, I don't know. I don't make enough of money, and Jeff is like allowing me to do this. He's like giving me the space to do it. So Brian saying this is it's the accusation of like being crazy, like taking stuff and scamming people, and then add to that like the conservative layer and the Charlie thing and Charlie's death and all that stuff, and just like it's just so the whole thing is maybe everything I said about Brian hurt him just as much, but I'm going to tell you something. What I said about Brian is true. What Brian is saying about me is not true. Brian 100% shit talked these people in front of me. He has admitted it. He has apologized for it. I have not taken money. I have not stolen. I have not profited off the death of Charlie Kirk. And so, yeah.
Literally, I mean, we priced those.
Brian's gross.
The point of those sweatshirts was to get them out to the world, and whatever we
Yeah.
rounded it up. I don't know that it this time.
Yeah. So that's that. So that's it. So there's that.
We don't have an unboxing, but here I do.
We don't have an unboxing.
I have a. Let me see. Pretend it's in a box. One. That was one for you. Pretend. It's a pretend unboxing.
After Hours is one of our first sponsors, and she was the one who helped Erin with her car. And when Erin went there, she had merch.
I tried to pay them. They wouldn't take our money.
She didn't let you pay for it? No.
The ladies at After Hours, and they're nice too. They're cute. But she said. So she said they're changing it up. It's time for a new one. She said they're gonna update the colors and stuff, and that she'll be sure to let us know when the new merch comes in.
We are merch sluts. We love merch. This is great.
I agree. And I had it last week when you were saying that you were cold and you had a sweatshirt, and I forgot all about it.
I also was thinking.
Read it. Can't see it. It says After Hours. Well, it's backwards. After Hours Auto Fun. See.
I'm not going to be talking about Brian anymore. I've made a decision this week that I'm not going to be talking about all the drama. It's for the best because I can't be open. I can't be honest. And I also recognize a lot of people, I was listening to people, like people were saying like, I think this makes sense, but you're not saying everything. I sense you're holding back. And so that's not fair to you guys either. So it's in the best interest of everybody that I'm just like, we are all set. But this particular post about Brian, Erin, I've talked about Erin in the past where she does my, oh, sorry. I've talked about Erin in the past where she kind of does my stuff for me in the back. And I thought that this backhandedly could make her look bad too. So I thought it was like, not like I need any reason or convincing to come out here and like defend myself on this particular thing against Brian. But there were a lot of things here. It also could potentially affect my ability to sell merch later on, which is a big part of our show, and people thinking that we're not, we're taking money. It's just a lot of things. Those first few days when we started selling merch, and we didn't know what to do, and we were paranoid about fulfilling orders. Like we lived through that. So we're in a much better place of understanding or whatever. And like, also fuck you for not understanding what we're trying to do here and accomplish and learn, and self-made people, you know what I mean? Unlike some other people I know. So love you too, Mauser. I'm so glad we kind of got that over with. So when I go home, everything's okay. I don't have to work on this when I get home with Jeff. So that's that. That's the Brial LTL thing. But I wanted to clear the air with that. You will all be the first to know the second that we, finalize everything and go see Kim. Yes.
So on that note, Jess was asking if we were going to keep the Charlie stuff up, and I don't think that we need to get like an answer to that, yes or no. I asked her about oh that stuff. Okay. But I was telling her that maybe we can like just make this a thing, right? Switch it up. Doesn't have to necessarily be like every month, but if we're going to be done with the Charlie, whatever. If that stays there, it stays there. But what we can do next. And then I asked Murphy's mom, where's Mr. Monk? Are you in the chat? I asked Murphy's mom if we can have the rights to some of Murphy's image. Oh wait, I got this. Listen, so fun. I got these for us for the Wednesday after the Showgirl premiere, so that we could Bunny After Dark, and we could have crowns, and we could have Showgirl headpieces. But she was so sad and mad about all those other things that happened that day that we didn't even get to wear our fun stuff. So we threw them on for the 2 minutes. I actually like it a lot too. I couldn't get the headband because I needed but anyway, I think the next round of merch is going to be some Murphy merch. I'm thinking the Free the Seed stuff, for the bird seed. We have Meowser. We have so many things. Yes, we're gonna, and then we'll probably donate to the local shelter. Well, you can.
When are we going to make money, Erin? When will I one day open my bank account and be like, oh, I have $50?
Change the more. I thought about that.
Scrap that. We're not donating to the local
Okay,
shelter.
how about some of the Murphy stuff? Maybe just the Murphy stuff we can. Okay, she's saying no. Never mind. Change the merch line.
Do you not want us to have jobs? When are we?
Well,
this is not paying off yet, just so you know.
No, but it's going to.
I'm like a bill collector chasing people down for money.
What does this Post-it say? There's a Post-it on the back of my laptop.
What does it say?
And it says, it's got 3 things on it. Long game, wakeboard, and Murphy the cat. These are some merch ideas that as I was working yesterday. Some just things that were popping into my head, so I'm going to have to add Meowser. So there'll be plenty of things, but the stuff that's specifically like for Murphy, or maybe the specific birdseed stuff that I just thought it would be nice, and it's going to keep in the spirit of you and you're donating the local stuff. It's fine. We could, I don't know. We can talk about that after. I guess with that, I just thought it was good. That's all. Get an accountant. For what? No. Nope. Okay, bye.
I'll be damned. We get an accountant. I'm going to have to pay an accountant more than what I actually make off of this. Meowser merch it is. Meowser merch. Can you switch your merch company to one with less overhead? It doesn't have a lot of overhead. It's just, yeah, Erin is saying someone told her print full prices are a lot. Yes, it's possible. But again, looking back, every part about this whole thing, and I love that everybody who's been here from the beginning has watched it. Like, remember, we didn't know how to give out wrenches. I didn't even know what wrenches were. I didn't know what memberships were. We didn't know about merch. I mean, we didn't even know how to make the merch. It took days to figure out how to make merch. Now we make merch right in the moment. We could make merch right now. Erin's going to probably drop the merch on there. It's bestieheadquarters.com. So that's it. This is print on demands or families. Listen, it's fantastic. It's great. I love it. I've purchased some of it. We wouldn't be able to do it otherwise without Shopify, and Printful, and I'm really grateful for it. I talked to somebody yesterday, by the way, who told me that they were listening to my spaces, and he actually feels the same way. This camera forward facing stuff I don't love. And he's like, it's so good on audio. He was listening on Spotify, and he's like, it's just so good on audio. Your spaces, the Spotify, and also like I came from the radio background, and so he used to listen to me there, and he really likes it. I don't love this as much as I love just audio. But anyway, we are on Spotify. Erin has been slowly updating all of the episodes. Also, I have been adding timestamps. I'm working my way backwards. So the most recent episodes are timestamped, which I know was a big ask people wanted right away. And so timestamps are being added, and we're just like working and getting better. If you make us the Church of Machado, you will be tax exempt. There's the Spotify is in the comment section. We started, Erin made also a playlist too. And then all of the episodes are slowly getting added to it. And so we're just kind of like developing things as we go. And once we get past all of the drama and we've taken necessary steps to get past that, then all we are left with is a very creative space for things, and also being able to say, this is going to be one show on Saturday, nostalgia stories, Wednesday's more fun and sexy and like drama, and then political, and then we can have other ones too. Hi, Michelle. She's texting me and she's making sure it's me before she sends me screenshots of TiTi and Jackie, she said. Let's take a quick scroll and go through. There's the bestie merch. We have stickers, pins, hoodies. Oh, Melanie, bestie merch. Yeah. And Erin has worn the bestie hoodie here and it's amazing. Again, like I'm into cheap stuff. Erin is into quality over quantity, and she picks the best merch. The hoodies are great. The Charlie Kirk hoodies are thick and beautiful. And did I say what? Oh, bunny hat. Oh, look at the white bunny hat. I just don't know how it's gonna. I might have to take them down before anybody gets it because I don't know what those look like. We need to get a sample to make sure that they're okay. I'll just buy that one. I'll buy the bunny one, the bunny hat. See how it prints. I said it on the spaces the other day. I'm probably going to take the Charlie Kirk merch off of here, and I'm the chairwoman of our Republican Town Committee, and we're going to have a website for conservative political merch. I know what you're going to say. Because you need to list everybody's everything that way. Yeah. As donations, so. Yeah. I had thoughts. I'll let you know. So we might just take the stuff off, but I think the idea with a cycle of merch is also really good. You just said like a one specific product for donation. What is it? Oh, I see what you're saying. What's a it's like a special launch of merch or something like that. Karina makes a good point. I didn't see it. Like did you see I added a sweatshirt there too? I don't even know if you saw it. That other, yeah. There's a sweatshirt on there where our old state rep said to our new state rep, who we ousted, she got out and we put this guy in, Justin Thurber, and she called him that he was a one-termer or a one-timer. She saw him and she was like, you're a one-termer. And he told the story during our meeting. And I was like, I'm putting that on a hoodie. And so I could buy it for him and give it to him. But I put that up there. Don't go buy that yet. We don't want that out there, but it's ridiculous. See Daddy. I know we're still on the See Daddy stuff. But anyway, this is all fun stuff. And I feel like this stuff is still like, I would agree. Thank you for the screenshot. Oh, Michelle, thank you. Yeah, me and TiTi. Where's my merch, Bish? The bag of sins are on there. We didn't do your hoodies or anything yet, Jeff. I couldn't pick one specific thing yet. There's your bag of sin. Small bag of sin, bag of sin. Basement. What do you want as your signature merch? Basement Daddy. Thanks, Michelle. Oh, so all of the stuff is good. The mugs are good. The hoodies are good. The only one that I really designed was the cease and desist one. It's cropped. It's thin. Oh, yeah, I did the first mug. Anyway. All right. I think that's everything. Any other questions or any other things I need to know? Did we get all these before? Just make sure. So you got this one, the power steering guy. Members, we got lunch. You can tell Jeffrey in the chats he missed out on a lot of cash by not hopping in. Is he sure he doesn't want to run with somewhere before he goes? Members, lots of new members. Thanks to all the new members. Shoot, this is here. Ron, we got the small bag of sin. I'm very excited to hear that.
We do. It's up there. We do. I don't know if you saw it, but we do. So it's bestieheadquarters.com. Bestie zip up. I will try to do those. So this one, the problem with this, Melanie, was the top corner of it was too small. Like it didn't fit right. But I don't know. I was having a hard time with those zip up ones. And like I was gonna do Jeffrey's last weekend for some of the free the seed things, but I just wasn't feeling very creative, and I couldn't decide on one, so we needed to let it settle. Um, this one's a good one, Meowbish. That's a good one. We'll work on it. Okay. Are you referring to me as a bish on this, Mr. Meow Shadow? Where's the Jeff merch? So I'll go home. I'll do some today. I think last week I just went home and relaxed. Okay, so I'll work on them this weekend. Just send him this link.
Hello,
Hi.
are we on?
Yes. Do you not want to be on?
No. All right, I just next week when I do come on this show, we're gonna talk about this guy,
we're free today.
and we're definitely gonna have a conversation.
Does he want to? Can we bless it and release it today? Can he come on and do it now?
Erin is saying we shouldn't perpetuate it next week. Like it's kind of like I know
I
you're.
need to hear more of what's going. I don't understand what's going on. I'm catching this at the end, so I'm not gonna do this now. But like being accused of stealing from a man that I believe to be a modern day Christian martyr is like infuriating. And I don't understand where people get off making comments like this that don't know me. I don't give a fuck if they know you or not. This is like beyond. So if this is some type of defamation because like you're like accusing me as being a thief from Charlie Kirk, like we have a problem here. And I don't give a shit what their platform is. I prefer to just talk to them in private. Like I don't want to talk about that, but I'm gonna like no way am I gonna be like my family is gonna be accused of something this publicly. This is like gross. So I mean,
I didn't want to tell you the story of it because.
oh sure, I get it, and I'm telling you right now, I did. Those tears were real. Like this is this is another level. My hands are shaking. This is not okay. So I don't know what kind of magic you can do, Jessica, your court magic, but like if this can be brought to something legal, then that's where it's going to go.
Well,
like this is gross. And guaranteed this fucking pussy would not sit down in front of me with no cameras on and accuse me of stealing from Charlie Kirk.
You are 100% right about that.
No way. No way. I wouldn't let a fucking word get out of his mouth. This is not a joke. People should not be allowed to do this. This is not a joke. I have cried many tears. This is not a joke. This is infuriating. And people get to talk and say whatever they want without fucking consequences, and I'm over it.
So I will explain it to you when I get home. I will show you the post. But it is essentially someone that it's the guy that I did the show with where he paid me to go on his show during the trial.
Yeah, fucking bacon, lettuce, tomato, piece of shit. Fuck, I know who you're talking about.
Okay. And he hasn't said anything about me, and he was feeling very empowered this week. And I don't know if he's doing it for whatever, but he put up a big post, and it it was just like I was profiting off it, show your receipts, blah, 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 blah. And I handled it, I thought, in a good way. I did a live spaces thing. I talked about it. I explained our connection to the Veterans Association. I explained my love for Charlie.
We shouldn't have to explain ourselves.
And I
what kind
also
of gross human would even fucking think of stealing from profiting off a man who was assassinated?
well, Brian does. He does. Brian does because he made thousands and thousands of dollars.
That must be the kind of person he is to think that normal people do something like that. Nor would I ever even allow anybody in my family or anybody fucking related to me to get away with something like that. Never mind my wife doing it right in front of my face. Because if they're accusing you, they're accusing me. We're partners. We're married. So that's accusing me of taking money from a man that I love dearly and passionately. It's gross. And this guy needs to be called out, and we need to sit down and have a conversation. At a Dunkin' Donuts, at a Pride, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't want fucking cameras when I talk to this guy. Who the fuck do these people think they are? Sorry. Needed to be said.
No,
Sorry.
no, don't be sorry.
Sorry.
Think it gives another layer of like the kind of people like that we are. And maybe
I shouldn't have to prove who I am to somebody who's never met me. They don't know me. This man does not know me. And that's a serious accusation. That people, who follow you and listen to you, that you would take their money and profit off a man's death? What the fuck?
I also got upset. I just didn't want to share it with you because I knew this would be the reaction.
Well, this would have been our whole conversation today. Because I it's tough to feel good and tell stories when I hear something like this. This is beyond. This isn't for show. This isn't me calling in for show. This is me putting it out there so people who are watching you understand exactly how the fuck I feel about this. And especially, and I pray to God, this guy is going to catch wind of me being on here and talking about him. I pray. And I don't give a fuck what he has to say. I never listened to him before, but I'm certainly not going to let somebody who has some kind of public platform accuse me of stealing.
I had been told that the post came down, and so I kind of let it go.
Pussy.
But the post is still actually up. And so
Right.
Every person that is on his page, and he has a substantial platform, can still see it.
Gross. Now we have to go out of our way. You have to fucking make Erin show fucking receipts, dude. What the fuck?
Well, we don't have to. I could have done nothing, but I think in the absence,
because you can't allow somebody like this. No. You have to set the story straight. Because once it's out there, then we have the burden of proof. Because now he just threw it out to the world that there's a possibility that the Machado family is stealing from Charlie Kirk. No, you do have to prove it, and I'm glad you did, which is fine. But it's ridiculous. That's a character. That's attacking my fucking character. I may have done some stupid things in the past, but my God. Anyways.
You say hi to the besties now. I'm sorry, Mazda.
It's Jeffsties, not besties. Come on.
I knew this is how he would react. I knew this is why I didn't say it. You guys, BLT, the parody account. I mean, people don't know, but like, first of all, Jeff is a Christian, and ever since Charlie's death, he has, first of all, he followed Charlie. He loved Charlie. Like me, has cried over Charlie. But, my husband,
Still love Charlie.
I know. It's one of two things. If Jeff is in the sunroom smoking a cigarette on his phone, he's either listening to like 90s gangster rap or like Christian music. It's like one or the other. But yeah, Jeff is 100% right. What one? Boss Daddy. Sorry to get you riled up.
Well, that's it.
Okay.
I need to get that out of my system.
All right. Yes, I love how Jeffrey can go from Meowser to Bowser in 0.06 seconds.
0 to 100, bitch. Fucking try me. Fucking people, dude. I've been trying to swear less. This guy's got me like riled up, freaking swearing left. Man, dude, I'm telling you.
I mean, if there's anything that I can say to you, like right now, like to make you feel better, he is like a pussy cuck beta male in like every part of the way. Like you're not matching energy with this guy, just so you know. Like it's not what you think it is. You know what I mean? Like just so you know. Like,
No, that's the problem. Because that's the problem is that they sit behind a desk, have a platform, and throw out shit like this, and there's no fucking consequences. And it's ridiculous.
we handled
What
it.
social media has caused is out of control.
Well,
People being allowed to say what they want without consequences. Keyboard fucking warriors. And dude, I mean, if she's my age, that is not the age we grew up in. We don't settle things over a text message or social media. Half of what I said, 90% of what I say on social media is bullshit anyways.
Jeff's so mad, I feel like I'm in trouble and I didn't do anything, somebody wrote.
So I grew up with guys that when we fucking had a problem, we fucking talked it out face to face. We were always together.
Oh, babe,
We
I'm
talk
just
shit
letting
and we
I'm
talk-
just
it's
letting
just
you
these-
know.
Dude, this is like, it's just you can go and like I'm just
gonna let you, Jeffrey. Let me get
that's
a
the
word
kind
in.
of society that's getting brought up is these beta males because they don't know how to be alpha males.
If
And I'm not whatever.
you will never get that face to face with him, that is never going to happen. Just so you know. So just like move past it.
I know. Just hope he's fucking listening.
100%. He listens to everything I do.
Fucking pussy.
Okay. Somebody wants to know if you can just say a meow before you hang up the phone.
Meow. Grr.
Can you call me Meowser?
I did. I said I love you, Meowser, in the chat.
All right. We're going to finish up and I will be home.
How the hell are we gonna go pick pumpkins? I'm gonna want to stomp them all.
It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Are the kids up and everybody up and functioning?
I got distracted. Who knows? Here's Aiden and Julia just pulling in.
Okay,
Georgia
perfect.
was up.
Just have everybody get up, get ready,
Here we
and
go.
then we're
Here's the puppies. The puppies are here.
okay. All right, I'll be home like within.
Yeah. Okay. I love you.
All right, I love you too.
Bye.
Bye.
I thought we were talking about this stuff.
Well, just another perfect example of why I get off doing what I do. And where do I get off doing this stuff? Because I got Jeff Machado like that behind me doing that kind of stuff. I just got a bunch of bestie merch orders while we were sitting here. So go in and approve those. I think there's another one or two that was there. I just haven't had a chance to approve, but we will. Okay. We will see. All right. Well, obviously. Meow. Okay. That was kind of sexy. Somebody said, can we can never do that. That was a disaster. Don't mess with the Machados. BLT seen fleeing to Connecticut. Jeff is a man. BLT is a mouse. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Jeff is definitely not built the same as some of these people over here, just so you know. Jeff is a military guy, you know what I mean? Jeff was in the army.
Jesus, listen, if they weren't thirsty before,
It's just built different. Jeffrey built different. All right, certainly different than that guy. Well, I don't think Brian's going to be posting about me anymore. Oh, Manny Machado is Jeff's his favorite. Jeff loves Manny Machado, but they call him Manny Machado, not Machado. All right. Let's just put them on the screen. So what we'll do is we're going to end. I'm going to put our put the picture on the screen, and then we'll like just mute and just let it sit there for a few minutes, and we'll end the show that way. Run through what? Here, hi, welcome to the Jeff Machado Show. This is how you can support me so that I don't have to profit off of a dead man's merchandise. There's my socials: X, YouTube, Substack, Facebook, TikTok, which I am never on because I know the Chinese are infiltrating our country through there, our Instagram as well, and the Jeff Machado Show Gmail account. Erin and I both have access and can see your messages. And then you can support me with PayPal donations and Venmo donations, which are great. Thank you. And I think that's everything. Thank you to my sponsors who are amazing. We're coming to the end of our 12-week like little thing here. So if you want to sponsor our show, or you know anybody that would, you can certainly send us a message at the Jeff Machado Show at gmail.com, and we will send you over the slide deck of what our advertising looks like. And somebody just said Jeff has PTSD for being with it as because he's a chubby chaser. Those are the kind of comments that you're going to get blocked. These are our sponsors: Christopher's, Mike, and Brian, our besties here at Mallard Printing, who are amazing. It's Christopher, Sylvia, and Amy Silva from Silva Funeral Home. Our queens at After Hours. Stacy Face, please take us away from here. Attorney Rena Brown. Jeff is the bestie's husband. Jess has to share. Yes, he belongs to all of you. Nicole Sliney, the prettiest realtor that ever was. Patrick Higgins and Associates. If you have any questions about public records requests, maybe I will allow him on a show where I talk about public records requests. Perhaps. Powerhouse Remote. I would forgive if a public apology is made. That's what Charlie would do. The caliber of support you have between your husband and your friends is next level and only gained by your authenticity. All of these elements LTL does not possess. That's Amy from Silva Funeral Home. Erin has a sweatshirt on that says authenticity always wins. Love you, Amy. Amy was a really great addition to our mom group. I didn't know her at first. I knew of her, but she makes the best death jokes. She has Funeral Lady TikTok, but she also has twins. And as a twin, that's a thing for me. So, oh, I see. Got it. Okay. It's beautiful wife. Thanks. We're moving on. We're done. We won't be talking about Brian anymore. I think this literal vicious verbal beatdown from my husband that was unexpected will like live in infamy, and we won't need to ever revisit it again. Anytime, do me a favor. Anytime anybody ever sees Brian talking shit about me ever again, somebody will. I know somebody will. Somebody will clip that audio of my husband. Just drop that audio in the comment section where my husband shows him what a real man is like. My husband is not on X, just so people know. He's not on X. We will not be talking about him until he says something stupid again. He's in ashes. Burned and gone. Someone already sent me the clips. I'm on it. I don't know who BLT this account is, this parody account. And somebody messaged me and said, who's behind that? BLT is going to post it. Oh my God, I just saw that. I don't know who is behind that account. I won't ask. I could ask. I could message and be like, who? I won't ask. It's better for me to not know. It's better for me to not know. All right. Are we good? Thanks to Erin for being the best producer. And
Our producer, stop saying that word.
That's it. All right. We will be back here on Wednesday for Bunny After Dark. I'm gonna say something right now, just so you know. I am looking at maybe not doing a Saturday show and taking a drive to New Hampshire. And just going away for a night next Saturday. Hold on, we're gonna live on the 2nd of November. It's too far away because Julia has her house closing that coming week, so I can't go away. But I was thinking, where are we on the 11th? So I was thinking on the 18th that Jeff and I were just going to go to Lincoln for a night. But we can't. So I'd have to do the show Friday night, essentially, not Saturday, because we would leave Saturday morning like super early and just go. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking of doing. Because we never get to go anywhere. We'll have withdrawals, Patrick says. But I'm just throwing it out there. What does everybody think about Erin just doing the show if I'm not here?
I can't do it without Jeffrey.
You can do it.
Can you come on the drive?
Can we come on the drive? We could do something like that, but the window of opportunity for us to go away for one night is very, very small. And especially with my new car, it would feel very luxurious. So I would really like to do that.
I can't do it alone though, and if Jeffrey's gonna go, this is what we had this instance come up once before. It's who who do I have help? Because I could talk to myself for 3 hours, but I really don't want to do that. So I don't know if we, have links. You guys come on and you guys cracked me up with this on the way home. Let Erin burn it all down with the tea while you're gone. When we were driving home and you were on the phone and I got home and I was reading the chat after, somebody was like, quick, while she's gone, tell us all the secrets. No, it's not too much pressure. I don't think I could last a full, we could fill it with something as long as I had like besties to call in.
I could go, you could add me while you're doing
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we had said that before, send a link. I mean, of course, I don't know that I would block out a 3-hour window, but you know what I mean? With something going on a Saturday morning, check in with you, maybe check in with some of the besties. This, again, I'm going to show that again because that sounds like it could kind of be fun. So we'll see, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to say no to the besties, but I just don't think I can carry this, and it's not going to be your usual show for sure. So we'll see.
Open up Erin's Venmo. Everybody can send her some money. No, Venmo is. We don't go on vacation ever anymore because we're broke. But I asked my kids if they wanted to go, and none of them want to go one night. And last year, Jeff and I, we can afford to go one night. Like it's a very manageable thing. You can call in, so you have Erin time. It's decided. So we will have a show next week, but Erin is going to be at the Realm and Amy will be on call. and I'll patch in from, well, by then, because we leave early. We leave at 6, and we get. I I should tell Jeff, last time we did this was last year, and it was like, okay, we can't go away for a week. We can't even go away for a week, and we're going to go one night. So we left early in the morning at like 6 a.m. We get to New Hampshire, and because I was cheap, I was like, we're going to go to these cabins, and I know exactly where they are in Lincoln. We pass them all the time. They're like off the main road or whatever, and it was literally like $90 for the night, and I was like, sure. And so we literally pull in, and it looked like we would get murdered there. And I was like, we're not doing this. And Jeff's like, what do you mean? Like, we have a room. And I was like, I'm not doing it. And so I got online with booking.com, and I was begging for a refund, begging, and Roadshow. And poor Jeff was just like, it's fine. And I was like, no. So I don't even know the name of it, but in Lincoln, the white hotel setback, not the other hotel, but the one in Lincoln, it's white with the red roof. I ended up getting them to like give me my $99 refund. And then I paid an extra to stay at that one. And that was it's very luxurious. And so we stayed there for one night, and we just had the best time. And we went to our favorite restaurants, and we walked by the water. It's not the Red Roof Hotel. No, it's not the Red Roof Inn. It's not the Red Roof Hotel. It's the hotel that is set back on the main drag. It's a newer one, and it has a red roof. It's beautiful. It has like a heated pool. Like, it is really, really nice. And the ones that we rented, which I never got to see, were like shacks, and it looked Loon Mountain and the Kangamangas for life. Jeff loves New Hampshire. We would go. Yeah, love it. So anyway, my kids don't want to go. I asked, they don't want to go. And so I think we're just going to go one night. So, but we have to do it on a Saturday morning so we get the most out of it, and then come back Sunday afternoon and go to North Conway. We stop at Zeb's and grab some sweet treats. So anyway, Erin's going to do the show next week, and all the besties are going to help. Perfect.
I'm gonna need a substitute. We're gonna need a substitute moderator, because I'm sure that I'm not gonna be able to do. I mean, I can. It's gonna be like very but like it's probably just gonna be a lot of like reading in the chat, because I can't do both. But we can't.
The chat. He's been here since we started. All right. Riverwalk Hotel. Thank you, Denise. That's it. That is the place. Oh, TiTi can help you.
I saw that, but she doesn't want to have things to do.
I know.
TiTi, she doesn't want to have things to do. I know enough about that. I know enough about TiTi and know that, maybe she could like pop on and we could chat for a few, but she doesn't want to have like this be like a block. She doesn't want to have those things to do. She's gonna want her weekend with her husband and stuff too. So we'll figure it out. We'll bring them all on. We'll just take the mom chat to the Jeff Machado show. While Jess is in here. We'll figure it out. Well, I could do it alone, so I learn more. I'm not worried about that. I just don't want to do it alone, because it's going to be me talking to myself the whole time. So we'll figure.
Sorry, we're just deliberately muted. All right. Erin can definitely do it. Yeah, we were just having a quick chat. If you start at 8, chances are Jeff and Jess will be driving. That's early.
It is early, although I don't have to do it here. I didn't think of that. I can just stay at home.
Oh, she could do it from home.
I don't have to come all the way here. I could just be home.
Up to you.
Well, I don't have to be here alone. Are you fucking crazy? Well, we can call. I don't know. She's too busy. She got some contracts with a lot of teams and stuff. I mean, I can ask her. Or she could pop in. I had a couple of people that I had talked to last time, but I don't want to have serious conversations without you because I can't do that part. What is this? Erin says, hold on, then we're going to be done. Erin says she doesn't want to look at the chat because it's all mean. We tried to tell you what to do to be successful, stop the drama, but then Jess said her motto, so you do you. But that doesn't make sense to me. Okay. Gummies? Oh, we could we could have like some gummies.
No. All right, besties. That's it. Thanks for this Saturday. This was kind of like a different thing. We didn't really have any one specific topic. We didn't talk about anything. We just did show and tell. We didn't have an unboxing. Shout out to TiTi who jumped in to help chat. And we got our sweatshirts from After Hours. We'll be back on Wednesday to do Bunny After Dark. And I think that's it. Thanks, besties. We appreciate you.